Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll with Advantage. My name is Joe, and boy, I am so happy to be back with the Isles of Iverion. It has been such a long time, and yes, fish indeed, Kayla, I agree. It's so good to be back, so excited to play, but first, what we need to do is I just want to welcome everybody back to Isles of Iverion, because like I said, it's been so long. Happy to be back. We have an action-packed, bug-infested session planned for tonight. So, I think with that, we should go ahead and roll the intro and then get started. And then we'll be able to hear the wonderful recap from Kayla, who has volunteered to do so. But let's roll the intro first, and then we'll get started. Alrighty, we are back. So, Kayla, could you go ahead and take it away with the summary?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I got it. Okay. All right. So the party decided to head into Highland Pass, though the night before there was some heavy disagreement on how to handle Galdivan and how they should be dealt with once we capture them. So that caused a lot of tension within the party. Twig contacted her mom again and was given more information to visit a southern Tarkirian city to see a woman who maybe has more information on her family origin. After a brief interaction with the wonderful merchant, the group finally made it to Highland Pass, but were met with a lot of hostility. The quarter of the city was destroyed, and they've basically walled off the rest of it. There's a very intense standoff with the captain of the guard and Nelfian. Eurydice, though, was able to defuse the situation. But we were then met with the beautiful Lady Lapierre, and was informed that there's these strange undead creatures that are being created and unleashed on the town. This is happening near an entrance to the Underdark, and it's causing a lot of destruction to the town, and a lot of people are dying in the process. They sent some guards to take care of this issue, but no one's returned, and the problem is becoming worse. And the group has basically connected the dots that this is the doing of the Lily of the Valley, that flower that can cause great sickness and do a bunch of other really nasty things. And on the way here, we also noticed that the trees around us were dying. So Lady Lapierre had a plan of attack, but their reinforcement, if you will, were not there. So we agreed to take the job instead, to kind of prove ourselves. And we also need to find this Lily. We also need to find Galdivan, because they warned us not to come here. So of course we're going to come here anyway. So we managed to make our way through basically Zombie Town, USA. And fighting our way through, we found what seemed to be the epicenter of where these undead were being created, and we met with that very familiar face, Galdivan, and she warned us not to come here, but it was revealed essentially that she is most likely the Watcher on the Wall and is aligned with the cult of House Markle. Grok, however, very cleverly was able to take a few steps, Missy step beside her, blow part of her face off, and kind of where we're left off with a large crashing sound of insanity from the room over.
Okay.
And Broodmother.
Exactly. So that is right where we're gonna pick up. So, Grok, as you are slowly walking on the bridge, Galdivan behind the crossbow, telling you, Grok, please don't. You know that if you take one more step, she's gonna fire at you, and that's a risk that you're willing to take. You take a step, but not only do you take that step, but you use your magical abilities to cast Misty Step, and shifting into this cloud of mist, teleporting right next to where the bolt goes flying out of the ballista, headed straight for Nalthian and Twig. Nalthian, having the ability to dodge out of the way, chooses not to, so the bolt doesn't make contact with Twig. Takes the bolt, takes 15 points of damage before going into this combat, but luckily, Grok, with that, you're able to sort of bring up that arm cannon that you have, point it up next to her, and blow just this huge cannonball into her stomach, and almost doing a fair bit of damage. There, you can see she sort of reels over, and as she looks up at you, she just says, "It's too late. It's already too late." And you can hear the ground behind you crack and shatter as you just feel the ground shake underneath you, being this close to the epicenter of it. As you can see this giant, monstrous creature. Well, you can't even see it because there's a wall right there. You can hear this terrible roar and grinding noises, this bugging and the buzzing and chittering noises. All of the sounds of the insectoids that you've heard so far amplified and stacked on top of each other 100-fold. And while you cannot see it, boy, can all of you. On the battle map there, you can see up in that top corner right there, that is where the creature, the Broodmother, is emerging from. You can see Geldovan right there, and as all of you, now seeing the bolt flying, hearing the crashing of the cannonball, the tearing of the stone, the Broodmother emerging, letting out this monstrous yell, that is where we're gonna go ahead and pick up. All right, so a few things before you guys roll initiative. On the 20 of every round, there's going to be a lair action, and that lair action, going to roll a d6, and that will determine what enemy joins the fight. So on the 20 of every initiative, there is going to be a new enemy that joins the fight. You guys are going to roll that d6, so you're going to be responsible for that. I'll remind you, and I'll pick whoever's supposed to roll it. Those enemies will keep coming until the Broodmother is killed, okay? So they're just going to keep coming, right? She'll keep summoning them. So I just wanted to be very transparent with you about that beforehand, right? There's no stopping the enemies. You need to stop the Broodmother, okay? Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and roll for initiative. On that cheery note.
Here we go.
Whatever I said about this being fine, Oh! Nalthian.
Oh,
He's
god damn.
pissed.
Oh.
So
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, my
pissed.
god. What is happening? Oh, Quilp. Oh.
Oh!
Where I like to be.
Oh. Alrighty. Here, let me, I'll go ahead and roll for Din real quick. Ooh, not good for Din. Okay, so yeah, you guys are already at the top. No need to edit that at all. Okay, and then Jamie, were you able to get out? Yep, there we go. Oh, Grok, my boy. Alrighty, so with that, looks like we got everybody. The Broodmother, Geldovan, all the party members. Okay, begin combat. Alrighty. So with that, starting right off at the top of the turn order with a 28, well, technically 38, using the rules that I do. 38 on the initiative. Twig, you are first. You saw that bolt fly towards you, Nalth knocking it out of the way with his arm. You can see that he sort of grips his arm as there's probably some very intense pain shooting through there. But you see that? You're small enough, you could squeeze around between Din and him to get closer, or you can stay right where you're at. So with that, combat starts. What are you doing?
Okay. I mean, they hear all the crashing with the Broodmother, but like Twig ain't gonna fuck with that, at least not yet. So I'm just gonna like, I guess, move up to just get some support for Grok. She doesn't want to fire at Geldovan. Okay. But then I imagine, like, once she realizes that there's like a way out, she's gonna like just further I guess pivot herself, just
okay.
like conscious that there's a teleportation thing, and she's just gonna she won't be able to see. She's just gonna hold her action for anything bad.
Okay, all right. Hold your action. Anything bad? So the first thing that you see sort of appear, you will go ahead and be able to take a shot at that. Alrighty. With that, Nalthian, we come to you.
okay. I'm gonna use my action to take one of those health potions. Because I'm nervous. So I just get the full effect of that then? With
Correct,
that new
yeah.
roll?
So if you're doing a regular health potion, 2d4 plus 2, you'll
Correct.
instead gain 10 HP.
I'm gonna. If I do this, will it? I just did that to get rid of it off my character sheet.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta do math because I'm trash at math. What was it? 2d4 plus 2? Oh, 10.
2d4 plus
Kayla,
2,
come
so
on,
just
get
10,
it together.
just 10, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. All right. Wowzers. All right. Yeah, so kind of just like clutching at his arm. It doesn't feel great. He's pissed, so he's
Yeah.
moving up here.
Okay.
Boop. Never mind. I used my action, so I can't. Can I like push this so it's not being aimed down here, or would that? No, because
no.
I used my dude. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can interact with an object, so if it was still loaded, you could try and fire it, but the thing is, it's not loaded, so it needs
No,
to be
I don't
reloaded.
want to fire it. I just want to like kick it so it's facing this way and not towards everybody else. But that's okay.
Yeah, it needs to be reloaded anyway, so...
Okay, bless. Then I'll do my bonus action just to get Shadow Nalf with me.
Mm-hmm.
And may I have control over him, please?
Yeah, sure. Here, just give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and Control-C, Control-V. There you go. Shadow Nalf will be the one that's not selected.
Okay, it's
in
weird because
combat.
there's like one right here. Right? Unless my screen's just frozen. Beautiful.
There you go.
Alright, cool beans. I'm gonna move... So I moved 30 feet. I can still move. Oh, I can't move Shadow Nalf. I just have to put him right here. Okay, that's my turn. That's all I can do.
Okay, let me go ahead and... There you go. Ah, that's a good looking Shadow Nalf right there. Foul Fog is what that effect is called.
Beautiful.
Sick. All right. So with that, then we come to Geldevan. Alrighty, Geldevan. You can see that as all of you encroach on her, she sort of reels over and she just looks up towards Ugrok, seeing Nalfian, Shadow Nalfian, and Twig sort of begin to fall in, and you can just see this sad look in her eyes, and she says, "There's no point. It's over." And with that, she is going to... Let's see. There's that. Where's the Watcher? Sorry, I just need to find her stats here. There we go. Okay. So she doesn't have Misty Step. Good for you guys. But what she does have, she does have Expeditious Retreat. So she is going to take the disengage action. And oh man, this is
Now, can she disengage from both Grok and I?
yeah, she disengages. When you take the disengage action, you disengage from all enemies.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's gonna go 5. Oh, wait a second, wrong thing there. So she's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20.
Now, since it's an opportunity, does Twig get an attack if she's been holding that?
I mean, if because you said you weren't gonna shoot Geldevan, you were just waiting for the first sort of bad thing to happen. So, I mean, if Twig would consider that a bad thing, then yeah.
Yeah, because like that's what I was saying, like positioning her like between like the teleportation thing, like, you know, expecting that if she was gonna try and run, she'd try and run that way.
So then you would wait for her to be right there until you took a shot at her?
Yeah, there around, whatever.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
Well,
Okay, 5 points of damage. Okay, ain't nothing to scoff at. Okay, so she's okay. All right, good. So you can see that as you aim up you see her sort of Grok swing his anchor. Nalfian, Shadow Nalfian. He's not within range. He's 35 feet away. That's the issue. Counterspell has
I was looking at his sheet.
Oh, is Counterspell not on there? It should be. Okay. See,
Yeah,
this is why we're swapping to just managing with D&D Beyond. This is what I'm telling you. Because shit like this happens. All right. But no, he can't Counterspell in that moment just because it's not There you go. Oop. Okay.
I know.
So.
Just in case she gets to the portal thing.
Yeah.
then he
Yeah.
can counter.
Okay. So Grok swinging his anchor, Shadow Nalfian and Nalfian both thrusting with the rapiers, sadly not able to hit, but Twig, you sort of line up that shot, fire, and while it does sort of impale into the other thigh, you can see her kind of break off the bolt and throw it onto the ground and then just begin to run. Not Den. It begins to run, and she is able to get right behind you. However, she only has 25 movement speed in this current moment. Okay. Alrighty, so that is it for her turn. Then we come to the 20 on the initiative order. Yeah, let's just start at the top of the initiative order. Gemma, go ahead and roll a d6. 2. Okay. Alrighty. So in that moment, screeching from that same hole where the breed mother came out of, there are... Control B. There we go. Oop. And they're just going to take their turn on the 20 of the initiative. There are 2 flying horrors that emerge from that cave system. And they burst out on the 20 of the initiative, and they're just going to take their turn on the 20. So let's see. That is... They have a fly speed of 60, so they're going to burst out. Half their movement to get out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to get to Shadow now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
It's gonna be a
30.
bitch.
Okay, so they're each going to make... they only get 1 attack, so they are going to just fly in, and you can see those small, like, pincers. Like, there's, like, 7 or 8 of them all along the bottom half of their body with these, like, leathery, like, translucent wings that are just fluttering around them. As you see, they come down, and they're both stabbing towards Shadow Nalfian, which may not make too much of a difference. So 1 attack from the one and 1 attack from the other. Yeah, that's going to be a 9 and a 15. I think both of those miss Nalfian.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, both of them sort of fly down, stabbing in towards Shadow Nalf, but luckily Shadow Nalf is just able to dance around. One of the like spiky claws does manage to pierce through Nalfian, but you can see that part of his body just disapparates and then reapparates as the claw like goes into him and then comes back out as he reapparates around it. Okay. But other than that, that is the end of their turn. So then we come to Eurydice.
Okay. I am moving
Okay.
up to the top of this bridge. And then... are the flying horrors classed as humanoid?
No. They are monstrosities.
It's annoying. Either way, I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Geldervin. So
Okay.
she has to make a saving throw.
Wisdom, right?
A wisdom, yeah. She's got to beat a 15.
Wisdom saving throw. Let's see. Boopity boop. Boy, does she
She's
not.
paralyzed.
That's a 10. Okay. Alrighty. Paralyzed indeed. Let's see. Paralyzed. Boom.
And then she's just gonna shout out, "Somebody please do something!" before she gets to the portal. And she's just gonna hold the paralysis.
Okay, alright, so you can see that as she is running towards the portal trying to escape, you reach up, twist your hand, and feeling that the magic around Geldervan and the blood coursing through her veins, as you clench your fist, you can see there's a moment where she tries to resist, but she can't break through, as her entire body just freezes mid-run, unable to move, as you can see her eyes begin to move around frantically. Okay, alrighty. That is the end of that's the end of Eurydice's turn. Then we come to Din. All right, what's Din doing? What's his plan?
What is his plan?
The man with the plan.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Would he blow up Gildervan or not?
I don't think he would, because we need her for the
Kira's
information.
just gonna
He
hold on him.
can try and get up
Like a target.
Enlarge Grok.
Auras.
Question mark, question mark.
Wrestle
That
the
might be a
breed
good
mother.
We want to move him a bit closer, so he's like in range
Yes,
for his
move
spell.
him
Yeah, get him
closer.
in range first. Because he doesn't
Um,
have a dispel, does he? He's only got counter.
You have the spell?
Nah.
No, he just has counter. If Yuri has her hold person's concentration, right? Or she just
Nope,
Has
it's
her.
concentration.
Concentration.
Yeah. And she gets a save
Okay.
at the end of each one of her turns.
I mean, Din is very smart. He knows that we need her. Could he just use this turn to get over there and like maybe tie her up?
Yeah, he can
Knock
do
her
that.
out something.
Does he have
Yeah,
a rope?
okay.
He should.
An adventurers pack.
Uh,
They have them in. Or an explorers pack.
Have rope, right? Oh.
Yeah.
What does he have though?
he has ink and parchment. He's got a book, a
He has
crystal,
rope.
an ink
So,
pen. He has rope.
He doesn't have rope. Rope.
He does not have rope.
Oh,
Oh,
he
because
can
he
knock
has
her
a-
out, right? Yeah, sword.
Can you steal some rope off Twig? Because I'm pretty sure she's got rope.
Crystals have rope.
She doesn't.
I mean,
Goes and
it-
hits her over
well,
the head. or
Yeah,
something.
he could do that. But I don't. Could he do it in one hit, Joe? Since she's paralyzed. I don't know how that
as-
would work.
His weapon is light, so he would be able to make 2 attacks, and since she's paralyzed, both would be crits. So there's a good chance that he could knock her out with the 2, going for non-lethal damage, of course.
Okay. I
that's
feel like
worth
that's
it.
yeah. I think it's the best course of action. Let's get him over here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You can see him run past you, Eurydice. You can see him kind of like a very, very agile, graceful man as he just kind of, you're taking up most of the bridge. He kind of jumps up and begins to run along the 21, nice. You can see he runs along the sort of
Bridge?
railing of the bridge, sort of jumps up onto that, runs across the railing of the bridge, jumping over the lava, landing next to Twig, pulling out the sword in one fell swoop, and then just going for 2 flat side strikes on Geldavan's neck, trying to cause a fair bit of bludgeoning damage there. So 21 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And I don't know how. Oh, there we go. Normal damage. Okay.
Okay, so that's an automatic critical hit as well, so there's an extra 10 damage on there. 23.
was
Yeah,
his
that's
first
actually
attack?
enough. That's enough to knock her unconscious.
Oh, good job, Din.
Okay. All right, so with that, she drops unconscious. She is incapacitated as well as paralyzed. Okay. Alrighty, cool. So yeah, Geldavan's down to 0 now. She is stable, and yeah, provided nothing else happens to her, she will be good. All right, is that it for Din?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So then we come to Grok. Grok, you just saw Geldavan drop down. You can tell that Din did not use lethal damage. You can see she's still breathing, but now you have all these creatures that are in front of you.
Now Geldavan's dealt with, Brock is going to go for these fucking awful things. I mean, I know I can't obviously see this thing, but do we have any inkling of like that it's there?
You
Yeah,
heard like a massive collapse, right?
And yeah, the stone tearing, the screeching, chittering, the clawing noises. You know exactly where it is. It's right around that curve. And you can tell that it's big, and you can tell that it is probably not friendly.
Right. Brock is going to. Hold on, we should make sure I can actually do this.
Oh, gosh.
Oh dear. Would I? No, I can't. Wait, are these things in the air or are they on the ground?
They're kind of hovering. So,
Could I get past them?
yeah, you could. I mean,
I
you
know
could
I'll
do
take
like
two
a.
AOs, but that's fine.
You could do like a cool hero slide thing, and you could slide underneath them.
Oh no, that's not Brock style. He'd fucking football tackle through them.
Yeah, you could also walk through Shadow and Elf.
Yeah, okay. In that case, Brock is going to say, right, that sounds shite. You might need to run. And he's going to go through here.
Okay, all right. So you take the 2 attack of opportunities from the flying horrors. So they're going to make 2 of those claw attacks at you. So
Shadow Elf would get Sentinel.
yes, he would. So which one do you want it to be on? Since he gets it on both.
This one.
Which one? Top one. Okay.
Top one.
So that's that's a 9 and a 10. Christ. All right, both those miss. All right, roll your sentinel attack. That was a 2 and a 3 on the roll. 23, 9 points of damage. All right, sick. Cool. All right, Grok. You take no damage and they take damage. What a good turn of events. All right, you round the corner, and as soon as you do, you are just. You're not you are definitely a brave man, Grok, but seeing this thing just kind of like halfway out of, not even all the way out of the ground yet, just halfway through, trying to break rocks and tear through more, just screeching and screaming, giving off all of the chittering, seeing all of those small arms just clicking, slowly moving back and forth, the giant pincers on each side. It's awful. It's terrible. What do you want to do?
So everyone down there will hear Grok go, "Oh, fuck!" But you've just given me exactly what I needed. So Grok is going to drop his anchor, and from his pack out his back, he's going to pull out the bomb he got from.
Did I give you damage for the bomb?
It was 10d10, I believe.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Good call, Joe. Good call.
Oh Jesus Christ! You ever forget you did something and then you're like, "Ah,
Yeah.
why did I do that?"
More bombs.
And I mean, here's the thing: it's stuck.
I'll be honest, whether or not I'm trying to like hurt this thing, I obviously I want to hurt it, but the main thing is I want to like really collapse more like sheetrock on top of it and like delay it.
Oh, okay.
And like whatever rocks can like fall onto this thing, like bludgeon it, and also like just block its way even more.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got it. Sorry. I'm saying the same 3 words over and over again because I'm just processing. Yes, that'll work. And I will say, it's so big. I just don't think that it can make a dexterity saving throw. There's no way that it can like absorb any of the brunt of that damage because of how massive it is. So then weakening the cave structure, I mean, yeah, if you throw it, I mean, I'll roll some D100s to see how much of the cave collapses in this area. Because nothing in here looks load-bearing, but, yeah, blowing up the...
But it also wasn't expecting a fucking bomb.
Yeah. I think that'll do what you want. Okay, all right, so you toss it. Where are you?
Okay,
Where are you throwing it?
So I'm trying to aim like, so if it's kind of low, I'm aiming kind of like basically kind of where it's clawing through, but just at the edge of it, so it'll take the blast that it's from, and then hopefully any rocks that are kind of like, if it's a low ceiling, fall down, and any kind of that it's clawing up on, it's just gonna fucking blast into this thing. So, like, in terms of, let's say if it was at the edge of the rock here, Rock is aiming, like, literally right here.
Okay, yeah. Huh. Okay. It did dig straight up through the hole that it climbed in. So I'm gonna give it a dexterity saving throw to avoid the falling damage. That's what I'll do. It's not gonna not take any of the bludgeoning damage or the explosive damage, though the fire damage, but it will be able to try and save to prevent from falling a ridiculous height. So yeah. Go ahead and roll your 10d10 damage, Grok as you just sort of take out the bomb, light the fuse, and fucking chuck it. 52, that's good damage. Jesus Christ. Okay, alrighty. So you light the bomb and you throw it, and as you do, you can see it just sort of make this small arc, and it lands right on the side of the cliff where it's like sort of digging and crawling up, and then it just rolls off the cliff near to, and you can hear the thud of where it hits the chitinous plate, plates, or chitinous plates. As it lands and there's this bonk sound, you can hear the rest of the fuse stops, and you just hold your breath and plug your ears as there is this earth-shattering of just this absolutely massive explosive blowing this cave to smithereens. Now, let's see. I'm gonna divide this up into thirds, okay? So I'm gonna draw some lines here, all right? So this area right here is 1/3, okay, in the black right there. This area is another third. And then this area right where Grok is another third, okay? So the thing is, the cave is going to partially collapse, almost guaranteed, on top of them. And then the next section, a little bit less likely, and then the section where Grok is very unlikely. So it's 33%, 66%, 99%, all right? So if it's anywhere from 67 to 100, Grok will need you to make a DC or a saving throw to avoid getting hit by some rocks, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
But go ahead. Sorry, I just saw your thing. It's okay. It's okay, boo-boo. Don't worry about it. Okay. I'll have you go ahead and roll the D100, though, all right? So your goal is to low roller than a 66. Okay. All right, so it only breaks through the first part. So as you toss it, it fell a little bit deeper than you originally anticipated. It doesn't manage to blow up that second third, but it still does a number to the area where it was crawling, and I'm going to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for this thing to try and stable itself and see how much fall damage it takes. So, dex... wow. -3 to dex saving throws. Oh, shit! Okay. All right, so it's going to take half damage on the fall damage, which would be, let's see, it's a d6 per 10 feet. So go ahead and roll... It falls about 100 feet. Go ahead and roll 10d6, Grok, and it'll take half damage on that. Okay, so it takes 20 points of damage from that. Okay, all right, cool. And then it's gonna take at least a round for it to get back up, because it has to redig. It has a burrow speed, but it has to redig through all that collapsed. So yeah, Grok, it is currently 76. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So yeah, Grok, you send it falling. You can hear the cluttering and the clamoring, the stone crashing on top of one another, as you can just hear that pain chittering and yelling emerging from that hole. But right now, the hole is sealed in, and the rocks are currently in its place. A good turn. Woo! All right. Anything else, Grok?
I do have 15 feet of movement, so I'm going to go back to these awful things.
So, what a good turn. You took no damage and dealt 67 and had Nalfian do 9 to something. That's a banger of a turn there. Okay, alrighty. Just for funsies, just because I have the ability to, bah. There you go. Hope that satisfies. Explosions everywhere. All right. So then with that, we're going to move from Grok to Quilp. Quilp, you hear the breaking of stone, the shattering, everybody sort of moves into place. Geldovan drops, you hear this massive explosion, earth shifting around you. What do you do?
Quilp was already kind of halfway through, kind of goes, oh my word, and then he's going to cast Bless on Nalfian, Grok, and Twig.
Okay. Alrighty. Here, I can go ahead and activate that for you guys. Ah.
Can I do 3 guys? But
Just gotta find it here. There we go. All right. Okay. So we got Grok, Nalfian, and Twig.
And Twig.
Okay.
Does Nalfian's shadow automatically get as well? Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. They're one and the same.
That's a free extra bless. Yep, that's it. And then he's going to kind of stick his fingers in his ears and waggle them around, try and get them to pop after the boom that's kind of made him not feel so happy.
Yeah. Some of you now have tinnitus. That's just...
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Alrighty. So then we go from Quilp, then we go to the Breed Mother. All right, she is not doing anything this turn. She is just climbing. At the beginning of her next turn, she'll have breached through, but right now that's nothing she can do. Twig, what are you doing?
Okay, well, seeing that Gelderman is taken care of, I mean, is the ballista thing, is it able to, like, rotate around?
Yeah, it has wheels on it. You can move it around. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she could theoretically just, like, straight up just, like, get over there, and just aim it towards the, thingamajigs.
Correct.
What are they called? Stalk thing? I don't know.
Flying horrors.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. Yeah, okay, so she is able to aim it at them then?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, well then she's definitely gonna do that. So, what's the roll for that? Does she just get her normal crossbow?
Yeah, just roll your normal
and then
crossbow
just 30
attack,
damage?
and then it's just 30 damage. If it hits.
Cool. She'll just aim at the left one, why not?
Left one? Okay. Do you mean the top one?
Yeah, it's
Like the
also
one
on the
right
left.
above Nalfi. Okay, alright. Cool. Alrighty, so 30 points of damage.
And I'm guessing she's not able to do the 2 attacks on that?
No.
Okay, but she will also, because I forgot Hunter's Market as well.
Oh, okay. Hunter's Mark. Marked. Okay. It's an extra D8, right?
D6. Would
D6.
it still go for it though?
Well, you would have done it beforehand. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's D6.
D6. Come on. There we go.
Awesome.
Wah, wah.
Worth it.
Hey, every bit helps. Alrighty, cool. So, from there, Twig, does that conclude everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna stand her little ballista.
All right, so you sort of swirl the ballista around, swinging it on a pivot, fire, well, using one of your attack actions to throw another bolt on the ballista, pull it back, and then fire. Well, not pull it back. You have to use the crank to pull the wire back, because Twig definitely cannot pull back a ballista. Slap the bolt on there, fire it, and it pierces into the flying horror, does a good bit of damage to it. But it is still standing, and from there we will go to Nalfian. So Nalfian, seeing the ballista bolt fly into the flying horror, what are you doing?
Instinctively clutching at his arm because he knows how much that shit hurts. He will look back and give a little smile to Twig, and Shadow Nelf is gonna move to this one, and then this Nelf's gonna move to this one.
Nice.
Oh, not in the wall. Okay, well, yeah. I'm just not trying to block off her vision of either one, and he's gonna just attack.
Okay.
My first attack is originating from Shadow Nelf.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, 30 to hit. Is that the one above Nalfian?
That's the one with Shadow Nelf, like one twig just hit.
Okay, all right. So that'll be 12 points of damage. That is enough. You can see that now Shadow Nelf thrusts in the rapier underneath the jaw, out the back of the head, and it drops down dead.
Lovely. Alright. Then, me Nelf is gonna go ahead and attack this one. Second attack.
Okay.
And then,
6,
with
11 points of damage.
his offhand dagger.
Okay. 21, and that will hit both times. Yep. Okay, so thrusting with the rapier and then slashing with the dagger, you are just cutting into this thing, and it is looking bloodied. It is not looking good.
Alright. Just to kind of get a better visual what the hell's going on in here, I'm gonna move Shadow Nelf into this space by Grok.
Okay.
and that'll be my turn.
Okay, yeah, so you can see the collapsed rubble and everything in there. But with that, we do get to the 20 on the initiative. Well, no, we get to Geldovan, unconscious, not doing anything, incapacitated. All right, so then we come to the 20 on the initiative. Nalfian, go ahead and roll a d6 for me. See what we get here. 4. Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good to me.
I don't like not knowing what I'm rolling for.
Okay, let me just... 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, you can see bursting out of the walls of the cave in 4 different areas, 4 of those insectoid crawlers, where they just sort of burst out these small... no larger than maybe a, they pretty much just look like a tick, but about the size of a German Shepherd. As they just sort of like burst out of the walls, crawling and pushing away the dirt, they'll go ahead and take their turns now. Okay. So, we're gonna have, 2 go to Shadow Nalf, and then 2 go to Grok. So Shadow Nalf got 2 attacks here. How many? Oh, wow. Okay, so they make 4 attacks. 2 bite, 2 claws. Okay, so 1, 2. They're not very good. Oh, wow. I'm also just bad at rolling, apparently. Jesus Christ. 9, 8, 6, 7. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
All right.
I'll still stand in.
Okay,
It
all
only
right.
has 1 HP, so this is okay with me.
Okay, all right, Grok. Then we got 4 attacks coming at you. 2 bites, 2 claws. Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. All right.
Sentinel. Sorry.
All right.
I protect my friends.
Slow your roll there, muchacho. Okay.
Ooh. Nice.
Okay, so Grok, the first one is a natural 20 for 9 points of damage. And then the bites. And then I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me. As the insectoid crawler bites into your leg, you can feel this surge of fear just begin to course through your veins as you begin to have this unrealistic fear of this creature. But let's see what the wisdom saving throw is. Not a high DC. Okay, yeah, you're good. All right, you feel the fear surge through, but then you just like, wait a second. This thing's fucking stupid. You could squash it with your boot. So that was the bite. The second bite is a 7. The claw is a 23, which is 6 points of damage, and the second claw is a 7. Okay, so 6 points of damage on the second, or on the first claw attack. Okay, so then that is their turn. Oh, wait a second. So it's 4 attacks per creature. So sorry, I need to go back up to the other one next to Shadow now. Oh, but then the one took damage. Was that 13 points of piercing damage? Woo.
This one right here in front of Grok.
Goddamn. All right. You plunge the rapier into the body, and it just already looks almost dead. Not very resilient. Okay, so then we'll come back up to Shadow now for those 4 attacks. Sorry, I forgot about these. 2. Okay, those are much higher rolls. So yeah, we have a 13, an unnatural 20, an unnatural 20, and a 14. So yeah, that's going to be 11.
He's gone.
Yeah, 11 points of damage total. I'm going to hide him, though, just because you're going to resummon him.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so that was their turn, and then Grok, we have another 2 that are coming, or another 4 that are coming at you. Just because this is what they do. They're kind of like death by 1,000 cuts here. So that's a 12, a 6, a 9, and a 10. All 4 of those miss. Alrighty. Eurydice, it's your turn.
Anyway, I started blasting. Go up here and just fucking hit.
Do the thing! Do the warlock thing!
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch
Okay.
Blast.
Let's go.
Bow, bow, bow.
Don't be shit.
Don't be shit. Don't be shit. That's, well... That's a 30 to hit!
Kind of not great, but it's okay.
Okay, which one was that at? The one right next to Grok?
It's at the flying horror thing.
Oh, at the flying
I
horror.
can't see any
Okay,
of the others.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be 5 points of damage against that one, -5. Cool.
And another one.
Another one.
What was the other dice that came up? Because
Oh, that's the blessed for the attack. Oh. Okay, so you charge up the bolt, and as you shoot it, roll a d100 for me.
it's sorry no.
I've been hit by. All right.
Pretty sure. Did I get blessed? Because I thought Quilp didn't bless Yuri.
Oh, that's
Only-
right. No, you didn't. That's kind
They
of
only
but it's still there.
blessed like.
There you go. Okay, all right. Luckily, you shoot. It flies past Nalfian and flies past the flying horror. You feel like luck was on your side today.
Now feels just energy fly past his ear.
Sorry.
Okay.
He just shoots you a dirty look. It's been a long day.
Oh, Eurydice, did you want to move at all, or was that it?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, all right. Den, my boy, what's Den doing?
Do we want to cast Enlarge on Grok, or do we want to have him attack stuff?
Attack
Yes.
stuff.
Let's do that.
The Naj didn't do a huge amount for Brock when I did it with him last time.
Oh yeah, because it's just an extra D4 on damage. I mean, he could wrestle the Tlin Kali, but that was about it. Which, while funny, is not very helpful.
Up here. Oops. Right? Because Gallivan's not going anywhere. She's knocked out.
Yeah.
How many attacks does Din get?
2. 1 as a bonus action, but the bonus action does not add his modifiers. He doesn't have the 2-weapon fighting. I don't think.
Maybe we should do like a nice
He
little
could-
ray of frost.
Also do his Blade Song, which is a bonus action, which gives him a bonus to his AC equal to his intelligence modifier. So if you're going to have him
maybe
up
do that
there...
because he's got an AC of 13.
Oh my
so-
god, yeah, he does. Wowzers. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you for saying that.
Activate the Blade Song. So his AC didn't update, but his AC is 17 now.
Okay, thank goodness. What does Eclipse do? Just a 1d8?
1d10.
1d10? Okay, well, that's better. So I guess I'll have him move up here with next to Gra.
He does also have cantrip weapon attacks. So like Green Flame Blade, where that spell is a cantrip, and pretty much as his attack, part of his attack, if the attack hits, there's a bout of flame that jumps from one creature to another one that's adjacent 5 feet.
Oh,
Oh shit, do
well,
that one.
I'll do that one. Thanks, Joe!
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I don't think I did that correctly.
No, you also have to swing an attack.
With Eclipse, okay.
So it'll do 8 damage to the one that's in front of Grok, which
Gotcha.
is, but it has to hit first. Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll damage on that one. 24 does hit. So actually, Grok, the one in front of you that almost made you afraid of it, takes 8 fire damage and it crumples under the heat and it dies. Okay, and 9 points of slashing damage to that one. Are you rolling the damage the same way that you've been doing Nalfian's on his sheet?
No, because Nalfian's just auto rolls damage. For some reason, Din's, I have to independently roll his damage.
Oh, are you just...
I'm just clicking damage. I apologize if that's wrong.
No, if you just click on like where Eclipse is and like where that little dice pops up.
I don't know why. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm
You're good.
crashed. Okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Alrighty. So he deals 9 damage to that one, slashing into it. That bout of flame burns off of his blade, and as he's bringing it down, it just flies over towards the one in front of Grok, just cascading it in this green fire as it just burns away into a crisp. All right. So then we come to Grok. Feeling
Wait,
blessed?
so this one's dead?
No, the one in front of Grok is dead.
Oh, that's why there's a skull.
Yes, let me make the skull bigger. There we go. A little more transparent now.
Has this one been hit at all?
Yeah, that's the one that Den just hit.
Yeah. So, that's fine. Brock will move here
Okay.
and smash the fuck out of it.
All right, roll for your first attack. Okay, 16 to hit. That is a hit. Christ on 17 points of slashing damage. Yep, it's dead. You squash it like any other bug.
And then with like the downforce, he's gonna like pivot and swing down on this one.
Just playing whack-a-mole right now. Gotcha. All right, roll an attack. Shit. All right, so then we got a 26 to hit for 14 points of slashing damage. Yeah, you twirl the anchor around and slam it down into the corpse, or into the insectoid crawler. Sadly, it's not enough to kill it, but it is looking really rough right now.
Cool, that's the end of my turn. I'm not moving.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Quilp.
Okay. Well, everything's going very well. I think Quilp is going to move over and have a look at Gildivan. Is Gildivan okay?
Yeah, she is unconscious, but she's not bleeding out. So right now she's stabilized.
Okay. So he'll just kind of put her in the recovery position as best he can as his action, just to make sure that she's okay.
Okay.
And that's all he's going to do this turn. And then he'll kind of look round from where he is at this thing that's over here. He's going to move over and have a look at the portal thing, but his action for this turn will just be checking up on Gildivan.
Okay, yeah. So you can see there is like a small gash that's near her, like the base of her neck, where Din hit her with the broad end of the blade, with the flat end of it. That did knock her out, but it did cause a small laceration. So not expending any spells, but just channeling a small bit of magic into it, you do close that wound, so there's not a chance that she'll bleed out. And then you go to investigate
cool.
the portal.
Sure.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me real quick. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right. So, you already get a very good idea of how this teleportation circle works by just pouring in a little bit of magical energy, just a first level spell slot, just giving it to the portal. You and up to 4 other creatures can teleport, and it takes you to a place. And it's odd. The runes would lead you to believe that this is of dwarvish origin, being from the Underdark, specifically, or having that understanding of the Underdark. The runic symbols are symbolic of that, of darkness and underground. So,
Okay. So just to be clear, would I be able to operate it?
you would be,
Would
yeah.
Quilp be able to operate it?
Yeah, especially with
Okay.
that, all you need to do is sacrifice a first level spell slot, and you'd be able to teleport to wherever this goes.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. All right. That's my turn.
Okay, all right, good turn. So then we come to the Breed Mother, and with that, using all of her movement, she is able to get back up, bursting through the rock. And Grok, you can feel the ground shake underneath you. Din and Nalfian, you feel the same as the Breed Mother emerges back through the stone. The claws just snapping in the air as it re-emerges. So let's go ahead and see, what is it gonna do? It's back here. You know what it's gonna do? This is what it's gonna do. Gonna go ahead and do this here. Oop. There we go. All right. So Grok, as you're sort of standing behind it, trying to keep an eye on it as it bursts through the area, you can see something very, very odd happen. As you are just standing there trying to keep your calm, keep your focus, you can see those small arms around its chest, this very humanoid chest kind of embedded into this chitinous plate. You can see those small pincers and arms sort of click and snap together, tapping each other, and you can see them begin to reverberate with energy. And it takes you a second to notice it, but it's using magic. This isn't just some type of brutish creature. This has some, at least innate knowledge of magic. And you can see that the ground beneath you, and around, let's see, in a 20-foot radius. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's... Yep, so centered right here, right behind you, Grok, Breed Mother is going to cast Spike Growth. So... Wait, what? There we go. Okay. So that's going to go right there. And you can see these tangling vines begin to emerge as they just burst out of the ground, just full of these small little thorns. Okay. So now immediately that does nothing. But this area now is difficult terrain, and it's covered in spikes and thorns. Whenever you move, you take 2d4 piercing damage. There's no saving throw, there's no nothing. You just take that damage if you move.
Is it every feet you move, or just like when you move within it?
When you move within it, yeah.
Right,
So,
okay.
moving inside of this red circle-y sphere, you take 2d4 for every 5-foot cube, but it is hazardous terrain, so you can only... Every 5 feet you move counts as 10 feet of movement. So 3 squares. You can only move 3 squares within the red squares. Yes.
Is this a forever?
It is 10 minutes in concentration.
Oh
So-
my god.
She has to make Constitution saving throws whenever anybody hits her, but...
Okay, cool beans.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh God.
We ain't. All right.
Shadow Elf can legit not even exist in this world that you've created. He can stand.
Okay, Twig, it's your turn, and you can see that while the ballista is still functional, it is a little bit harder to use now because it's currently covered in these spiky thorns right on the edge of this. So pretty much with any of the attacks that you make, you're going to have -2 to those attacks from now on.
Okay. She will keep at it.
Okay.
And just try and down the last one that's in front of Nalf.
Okay.
Just so that's out of the way.
Okay.
And she would have moved a Hunter's Mark when the other one died.
Of course,
I'm
yeah.
just terrible and forget.
That's all right.
Oof.
Okay, yeah, sadly. An 11, that is actually going to miss as the bolt just flies into the ground, or into the wall behind it, slamming in about to like 2 feet into the wall. And that's it, sadly.
Just doesn't want to move through this either, so
Yeah,
that's all she got.
that's stuck where you're at. Yep, okay. Alrighty, Nalfian, it's your turn.
Okay, kind of grumbling to himself that, his legs are encased in nettles and whatnot. He's gonna take a swing at this creature that's hovering in front of him.
Okay, alrighty, go ahead and roll your 2 attacks. 19, that hits, 10 points of piercing damage. Okay, yeah. First rapier slash into it, cuts part of the chest open. As you can see, some of those slimy entrails begin to pour out a little bit, but it's just barely managing to keep its height and keep flying.
Okay, I'm gonna do my... No, that's not how that works, Kayla. Alright, second attack.
Okay. You can split your attacks if you wanted to. I don't know.
Shadow Elf's... yeah, I don't... nah.
Okay. All right, so 13 points of damage. That is enough to do it in.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I will bonus action. I'm gonna have Shadow Elf appear. He just has to appear within 30 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably stupid. We'll see how long he lasts. I'm gonna put him right here.
Summon him right in there, so that way he's not like, he's not walking through it. That's
yeah,
great.
because if he moves, he just whoosh.
He just dies, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm gonna just kind of make a little click of my teeth, like he's the dog he is, and I'm just gonna throw him right here.
Damn. All right. Faces the breed mother. There you go.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Does
Answer.
this thing look like it comprehends language?
Make an insight check.
Okay. No, it's not great at that. Okay.
13. There is an odd bit of sentience to it, where it, as you're just sort of looking at it, you can see that like odd. The image doesn't. It doesn't do it exactly right, and I wish that I was an artist so I could draw it. But there are humanoid-ish features to the face, but it's much more flat and drawn out. I guess kind of closer to maybe like, you know how like the bottom of a stingray looks, where it's very, very flat and
Like a
featureless.
smiley face?
No,
Oh, okay, yeah.
not a smiley face.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'm with
But
ya.
you can see that the form, at least initially, seems very humanoid. But it's very flat features, and the eyes are moving and following and sort of locked in on Shadow Elf. It's not a wild animal. It seems to have some type of sentience to it.
Okay. Alright, so with that thought and, kind of sensing what is going on around him, Shadow Elf is just going to flick it off. Two fists. Just getting its attention. I don't know if it gets this symbol, but he can just start shouting obscenities at it.
You can just see the head sort of cock a little bit and not really recognize.
Alright, well, I'm gonna start throwing shit at it next round. That's my turn.
By the way, what's Nelfian's passive perception? 13, looks like? 10 plus your perception skill?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, so never mind.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
All
that's
right.
it.
So then we come to Geldevan, and then we come. Oh no, wait. Okay, sorry, it didn't. That was weird. Alfian and Geldevan. Then the 20 on the initiative. Let's see who's next. All right, Eurydice, go ahead and roll a d6 for me. Hey, Quill, do you have a Revivify?
I don't wanna. Okay.
2. Okay. Alrighty. Well, you just killed both of them. Oh shit! What up? It's your boy. Bursting out of the hole, 2 more flying horrors. And as they do, they see Shadow Elf there. Did you want to? No, you used your bonus action to summon Shadow Elf. Okay, so yeah, they're just gonna take each one of their attacks against Shadow Elf. That is a 3 plus 7, 10, and then the second one from the second attack. That is a 15. It's 15 hit.
For me?
15, yeah. He's 17 AC, right?
17, sorry,
17. Okay, yeah. No, you're good. All right, so both those attack from the flying horrors, both miss. Eurydice, it is your turn. What are you doing?
So I have a question. If somebody who is unconscious, stable, was to take damage, what would happen then?
Because I'm assuming you're asking about Geldevan. That seems to be the only applicable thing. Since Geldevan is to steal from Bethesda, an essential NPC, she would then go into death saving throws, right? Because then she would no longer be stable. And if she were to take any more damage, it would be the same rules. 2 failed death saving throws.
Okay. My second question. Vine's flammable.
Oh, that's a great question that I need to read the spell.
Okay.
Okay. The ground is 20 foot. The ground in a 20-foot radius, centered on a point within range, twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. Becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When it moves into or within, it takes 2d4 damage for every 5 feet it travels. Transform ground as camouflage to look natural. Any creature can't see thee. Must recognize it as... What I'll say is that with a fire, I'll say it is flammable and you can burn it away, but it doesn't spread. It only destroys the area. So like if you shoot a firebolt, it only destroys a 5-foot little cube, like a 5-foot square. Fireball, same deal. So it's up to you.
What if I just throw produce flame? How much would that destroy?
What's the thing on produce flame? Because I know that it...
Produce flame's a D8.
But doesn't it have a radius on it? Produce flame.
Jets.
10-foot radius.
It's a 10-foot
wait.
radius. Okay.
The
that's
flame
very light.
spreads a 10-foot light radius.
Yeah.
So then it's probably 5 feet as well. Because if it's just it's a target, right? Cast a spell as an action. Creature within 30 feet. Make a ranged attack. Okay, so it's still just 5 feet, yeah.
Fuck. Okay, I cannot do anything else. So Yuri's just gonna start trying to burn as much of this away as she can.
Okay.
That's literally what she's doing.
Yeah, sure. Alrighty. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Let me just edit this a little bit. Fill color. Green for good. Alright. So you're gonna burn this first square?
Slow process.
Oh, that didn't do what I wanted it to. Fill types. Solid. Bigger. Aha, there we go. Okay. Doesn't matter, but matters to me. Okay, alright, there you go. Cube 1 filled.
Nice.
The vines sort of writhe and tangle as they just begin to burn away and fall apart as you're able to safely move into them.
Okay, I can't do anything else, so that's about it.
Okay, alrighty, Din. What is he doing?
He's going to, unless someone else wants to jump in. I think the best course of action is to probably Ray of Frost these things, because I don't really think he should be moving.
Thinking Ray of Frost or do a Scorching Ray, because then they get multiple out, hopefully.
We can do Scorching
But then
Ray.
again, would he only be able to see 2, so maybe not.
Yeah, because this one right here has been hit, and this one's looking pretty rough. This one right here, though, has not been hit at all.
Scorching Ray.
Well, maybe the Scorching. I guess just focus it on the 2.
Yeah. Alright, he's gonna Scorching Ray. Focusing on this one first.
Okay.
Do it the normal way.
Okay, against the first one, 5 points of fire damage. Okay, so sadly that is not enough to kill the one who was already looking really rough.
Okay, he gets 3 rays, right? Yep.
3 rays, yeah. Just make sure that you're not having them consume a spell slot each time.
Oh.
Okay, was that targeted at the one he just hit?
Yeah.
Same one? Okay, that is enough. That'll go ahead and do it in.
Alright, and then the third one.
Go with the one that hasn't been hit at all yet.
Oh god, why did I like that? It doesn't matter.
9. Okay, yeah, with that, 9, it flies past it. It slams into those crates, and those crates,
Catch on fire?
yeah, the crates just kind of begin to catch on fire.
And burn this area? I'll stop asking questions.
Well, actually, since they hit creatures in there, let's go ahead
Just keep
and...
getting higher and higher.
So this one would be clear because a creature was hit there, and we'll say the
Oh,
area
bless up.
where Din missed right here also clears.
Okay, I'll take it. I jumped in.
Thank you.
I think that's...
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. All right, Grok. Vines around your legs. What are you doing?
He's going to pull out his revolver and point
Oh, yeah.
at the ugly fucking pincery things that they put together to cast a spell.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead and roll for an attack.
Sorry, it's real slow.
No, you're okay. Okay, a 19 to hit for 15 points of damage. All right, it's going to need to make a concentration check. But it's got pretty good con, so let's see what happens here. Constitution saving throw. DC 10. Oh, and that is a natural 1, buddy boy. Alrighty, so with that, before anybody is even affected by it, the vines burn away. They just dissolve magically. As it natural 1 on the fucking saving throw there. Woo, man. All right.
And Grok will yell, "Lead it back!" and then just kind of run back down here.
Okay. Alrighty. So then, Quilp, we come to you.
I think at this point, Quilp's kind of heard what Grok's shouting, but he's still going to be looking at the portal. And he's going to go, I think I can make this work if you want me to. And that's all he's going to be doing. Kind of prodding things.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right, so then we come to the Breed Mother. So she is going to... let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna go ahead and make a pincer attack against Shadow now. Well, actually, she's gonna make an Arcana check first. Let's see, Arcana is plus 6. 12. Okay. Alrighty. So she is going to attack Shadow now. So that'll be plus 7. That is a lot. 24 to hit.
Yeah, he's gone.
And okay, just so you can have an idea, that is 1d8 plus 4d6. So 4 d6 that. My other 7 14. So 18 points of damage to Shadow Nalf, and as the pincer grabs onto him and just crushes him and the shadows dissipate, Nalfine, you can feel this sort of, because you have that connection to Shadow Nalf, where it seems as though anything grappled by this creature, and it seems as though if it hits, it just is grappled. There's no saving throw. It is poisoned, where a poisonous venom just begins to run through the body. But Shadow Nalf, hidden away, and it is going to, thanks to Grok making the hole a little bit bigger, it did delay it, but it now can move. Not very fast. It's going to go 5, 10. And let's see. Yeah, nobody can see this. Okay, so, all right. So, as the camera kind of pans around the corner, you can see that the extent of its body doesn't stop when it begins to crawl out of the hole. It's still this sort of elongated, almost millipede, centipede-like body with all of these thousands of legs just begin to continue to move out of that hole. Okay. All right, Twig.
Hey, just because I feel like there's a lot of people in this passageway, would she be even able to get a clear hit, just maybe with a normal crossbow, to the little insectoid boy up here?
Yeah, with her normal crossbow, yeah. With
Okay.
Nalfian and Grok in the way, there's a good chance you might end up accidentally hitting them boys.
Because it's very bottlenecked at the moment, so I don't want to hit them, but...
What? Can I ask you a question, Joe?
Yeah.
And if this is not allowed, and if I'm becoming way too game theory, let me know.
Okay.
Because Nalfian knows what's going on up here, because Shadow Nalf was up here, could he communicate that with Twig and tell her to wait? Because his plan is to literally take the ballista with her on it and scoot it up. So she could, like, metagaming life too hard.
No. And plus you could hear it. I mean, the thing is you could hear it, and you could shout that out just kind of in between turns, just, just throwing that out there.
That's what he says, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because, like, Nalfian, yeah. I mean, at this point, if we're gonna wait for this creature to come, it's calling its babies to it. So Nalfian's thought process is, I'm just gonna fucking... Grok and I both can just help wheel this bitch over here, and let's just start firing. So he would basically tell Twig to wait.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then she will wait for that and just, I guess, get the ballista ready instead.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. So then, Nalfian, it's your turn.
Yeah, if that's the case, he'll just tell her to just hold on. And he's gonna start shoving that thing this direction.
Okay. So you would be able to move it a little bit, but the issue is now Grok and Din are in the way, and it's just so big.
Okay.
So I would say that you could kind of end up trading places on the ballista, where you are currently behind. But I mean, honestly, that's about as far as you could get because Din and Grok are really just blocking. If Din wasn't there, if Grok wasn't there, you could. But with those two right there, it's just hard to get through at all.
Wait, so I didn't even move it at all? I'm confused.
You did, yeah. You moved. I just can't move the
Like
ballista
where
on the
Twig
map.
is.
Yeah,
Oh,
where Twig
okay.
is where the
Biggest
ballista is.
ballista.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, well, all right. Well, okay, that is fine. Then I will be annoying again and put Shadow Nalf back here.
Okay. All right. I will say that as soon as you do summon Shadow Nalf, it seems as though the creature understands its more illusory concept, as you can just see that wide, flat
Figured
face.
it out.
Yeah, from just killing it the one time, seeing that there was no like actual body, seeing it just vanish. It understands magic well enough to understand that.
Oh, well, I mean, that's okay. Shadow Nalf's just gonna blow him a kiss, so.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay, alrighty, so then we come to Geldovan, and then the... Whoa. 20 on the initiative here. So then we go to... We'll skip Din, because that's me, so... Jamie, go ahead and roll a d6 for me. Papa. Jesus Christ. 1, 2. All right. 2 more flying whores coming right up. Bursting out of the canyon. So that is now 4 of them. I can get them out of the way. So they're just going to fly around. So 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then 5, 10. This one will come towards Shadow Nalfian. So, the one at Shadow Nalfian, that is going to be a 17 to hit. I believe that is a hit.
Yeah, that's his AC.
Okay, all right. So with that, Shadow Nalfian will vanish that time, but taking away one of the attacks. So we'll go ahead and vanish Shadow Nalfian, put him over here. And then it will move 5, 10, 15, 20, move right up there. Okay, so now we come to these 3 right here. So 2 of these are coming at Grok, because Grok's kind of been the person hurting Reed Mother a lot. That's a 13, Grok. I'm pretty sure that's a miss.
Yeah.
And then that's a... Christ, that's a natural 1. Woo! All right. You know what? This one was going to go at Den, but because there were 2 misses, this one's coming at Grok as well. Oh... Okay, that is a natural 20 on that one. I know that.
I mean, don't come at me.
Oh, God. Okay. So that is going to be, let's see here. Initially 14 points of slashing damage. And then 12 points of poison damage. Just from the crit. So,
Okay.
Yeah, as this long needle just sort of slams down towards you, you're able to dodge out of the way of two of them, but as soon as that third one slams into your calf, cuts into it, lacerates the skin, you can feel this just poisonous cloud begin to sort of fill your vision, but you manage to blink it away, but you can still feel that rotting sensation in the back of your calf. Okay. Alrighty, so that's the end of their turn. Eurydice.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
I can see, over, kind of through their shoulders what's going on, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. I'm actually gonna stand on this one's dead body, because,
Yeah, go for it. You're all
but,
just
you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, first things first, I am going to bonus action try to shove this flying horror that's right next to Grok, shove it backwards.
Okay. So
So it makes a save.
Shove action. Well, let's see. What is it here? Special melee attack. Not good. Its attack replaces one of them. Oh, man. The shove action is so specific.
Yeah, it has to make a strength save and beat my DC. I'm using telekinesis.
Well, no. So you would then make a instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength or athletics check. So an athletics or acrobatics check. And it's contested. So it's if you're trying to grapple it. So with telekinesis, I guess I would just say make a...
Okay, the description just says that it needs to succeed on strength saving for...
Yeah, the actual text in the thing is the target must be no more than one size larger than you and must be within reach. Instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength athletics check contested by the target's strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics check. If the target chooses the ability. If you win the contest, you either knock it prone or push it 5 feet away from you. So that would mean that you can go ahead and make a charisma check. Yes, indeed. Go ahead and make a charisma check, and that will establish the DC that it would need to beat with its acrobatics or athletics. So it's
don't let this be shit then.
It's going to use athletic or acrobatics. Not proficient in it.
Charisma, everyone wants to load. What a time for fucking VT to just stop working. Okay, I'm grabbing my dice because it's being a dick.
Okay. See, this is the other thing.
Yep. Okay, you just gotta trust me on this one.
I do.
That's a 10.
So 10 plus 4, 14.
That's plus the 4. So
Oh. Okay, that is 16 plus 5 at 21. So yeah, you try to push it with the telekinetic force, but you can see that it's just able to wriggle and writhe, flapping the wings, able to stay in its place. Okay.
Well, fuck them! I'm gonna cast Fireball right behind them. So, right here. So all of these, and the Broodmother is getting hit.
Okay. An asshole.
Yuri just tries to shove it and goes, oh, for fuck's sake, just... Let's go.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Oh my goodness! Woof. Fucking amazing. Okay. 26 DC.
Not
15.
mean to use the template, my bad.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, did you just kind of throw it down somewhere weird? Oh no, okay. Alright, DC 15.
No, it's up here, I just...
Okay, so the Breedmother is going to take the full 26 as it fails. Then...
Kind of shoved it up there.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, that's right where it would have been anyway, so look at that.
Yeah.
Saving throw, saving throw, saving throw, saving throw. Oh, wow. Fucking 8, 7, 7, 6. Hell yeah. They all take full damage.
Yes. Okay.
That's
cool.
a lot of damage. Damage. There we go. Okay, yeah. So all of these things are now bloodied. And the insectoid crawler is dead. Minus. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, so then we'll go ahead and remove the template here for the fireball. Spicy. Okay. Alrighty. So from there, we will go to Den. What's Den doing? Some more green flame babe? What's happening?
I'm just looking at his character sheet.
I mean, I feel like that's the best. Are we still
he
trying
hit
to get the
one of them?
ballista out? Because then maybe like getting him out of the way might
He's
also be
really in the
good.
freaking way, isn't he?
There's just a lot happening.
Yeah.
Back him up out of the way and cast a scorching ray on one of those creatures.
Yes. Back him up here. He's like on the side of. Let me do Scorching Ray correctly. All right, which one's looking? Oh, they're all bloodied. Is that what you said?
All of them were at full health. So all of them are looking really rough. All three of these top ones, they all look really bad.
Okay, I'm gonna do the one directly in front of Grok first.
Okay?
Okay. That's gonna consume a spell slot.
Yeah, the first one consumes a spell slot. So 13, that's a miss, sadly.
Oh wow, really? Ugh. Okay. Second
there-
one, same one. God, why am I rolling these? So trash, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this is why Scorching Ray is one of the best worst spells, because it could be 66 damage with a second level spell slot, or it could be none.
Or it could be trash.
That hits. 6 points of damage.
3 attacks. Sorry, guys.
It's okay, it's not your fault. All right, so you can see Din as he's just kind of like, he steadies the blade up, and you can see that he just tries to aim, and as the blade begins to grow fiery white hot, it shoots off these bolts of energy, but only one of them is able to hit, as this creature just has an incredible amount of dexterity and is able to dodge out of the blast, except for that final third one that slams it directly in the chest. All right. Rock!
Oh, I don't want to have to do this. He's going to like turn around, look at Nalfian, and then look at Twig and Eurydice and say, "Don't look at me."
Oh no. Oh no.
Nalfin's gonna cover Twig's eyes.
And he's going to pull his hood up, and he will use Aspect of the Dutchman.
Oh, God. Okay. God damn.
Which isn't on VTC, but it's on D&D Beyond.
Okay. That's so fucking weird. Oh, there it is. I just added it. That's weird. Okay, kill a creature. Oh, and they all must make a wisdom saving throw. That's right. Okay. All right, so we got wisdom saving throws. Saving throw 1. That's a failure on that one. So this one is currently frightened of Grok. Frightened. Wisdom saving throw 2. Wisdom saving throw 3, and wisdom saving throw 4. Okay, so it's your spell save DC. So 14. So only one of them succeeds. The other 3, though, are frightened. So 1, and then this one right here that has full HP is frightened as well. Okay, all right. This one, yeah, the camera pans around to show Grok's face, and you can see that Grok's like sort of like scraggy beard just begins to be covered in these slimy tentacles, sort of covered in seaweed. His face begins to grow bulbous, like it's a person who is like found drowned and just bloated. The skin turns to a deep blue color, and just the exhale of air is so vile and grotesque that even these creatures, these insectoids, begin to recoil in fear away from Grok at the sight of his aspect. Okay. All right.
Okay, so the one that's not scared of me, I'm just going to absolutely smush it.
Okay. All right. 2 attacks. Oh.
Or not.
Oh. Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
Try again.
Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So 13 points of damage. That is good. So as you swing the anchor down, you plunge it right into the shoulder of that creature and you just tear out. And with that, the creature does drop dead.
Oh, I get some HP.
Yeah, you do. It's something plus your charisma modifier, right?
Charisma plus paladin levels, so
Yep.
I get is that 8 hit points?
8 hit points. Okay, so you regain 8 hit points. And this isn't temporary HP, but this just adds to your hit points. Okay.
I don't know why that linked again, but yeah.
That's okay. Alrighty, cool. So with that, that one drops dead, and you can see that as soon as its form hits the ground, its body, instead of leaking this, like, thick, viscous blood, it just begins to leak this water. But this, like, pungent seaweed-filled water full of just all of these, like, slimy maggots just begin to crawl out of it and make their way up Grok's legs. And just Grok, you can feel those slimy maggots crawl up into this, like, tangly beard of tentacles as the tentacles just consume, and you can feel some of your wounds begin to close. Very terrible. Okay. All right, Quilp. What are you doing, buddy?
Okay, well, Quilp's exploring the portal thing, but then he goes, oh, it's not right. And he's going to potter over here, a little trot, and have a look across the corner, and he'll see Grok there, and see that Grok's a bit beaten up. And he's going to cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
Grok. So, I'll find that one. I'll try and make it work. It's level 2. Has that done anything?
No.
Oh, here we go. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, nice. Oh my goodness.
So, 20 points back.
Woo.
And I go, that's better. And then kind of see what Nalfian's doing and twig and kind of go, oh, that looks fun. And back up over here just so you can see what's going on.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds
She's
good.
turn.
Alright, so we come to the breed mother. She is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. Just sort of crawling, slithering, and slithing. Still, that her
Twig
form.
spear?
Yeah, Twig could probably see her. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, as soon as she comes around the corner, Nalf would take her, like, his hands away from her eyes.
Okay, and then
I mean,
Twig,
is
you were.
Rock's whole thing still flopping about, or is that just like a one
Well, his
turn
his
thing?
back is to you and his hood is up, so you can't really see anything.
Okay, okay.
You hear a lot of sloshing, but
Yeah, she don't like that. That's gross.
Yeah. Okay, so then you were holding your action, right? To.
I don't believe I said I was, but I
okay.
mean,
oh,
if you
JK,
would
sorry.
let me.
Well,
I was
no,
just
you
waiting
said,
on now, so
yeah, you said you were prepping it, so you weren't like anticipating to attack anything.
Yeah, and he did shout out though as soon as she sees it to fire. Like,
Okay, all right, then roll an attack.
okay.
Okay, 19 to hit, or 30 points of damage. All right, sounds good. 30 points of damage.
that's my girl.
It's pretty much undone anyways, so.
Okay. So then... Ooh, man. Alrighty. So as it comes around the corner there, you can see that that slimy form is still not all the way out of the hole. It's just a very, very, very long creature. All of those thousands of legs just sort of slowly like moving and clicking on the ground, creating this sort of symphony of noises. A very terrifying orchestra. Oh. Okay. So with that, it is going to... it's 20 feet of movement. Yeah, it's going to save that for next turn. So it will then instead... You know what it's gonna do actually? Let me read this real quick because I think I might know what it's doing, but just gotta read here real quick. Okay, and then okay, yeah, never mind. It's not going to do that. All right. So then what it's going to do instead is it is going to raise up one of those claws. And for a second, Grok, you think that it's going to slam down at one of the creatures in front of it. But then you can see that its sort of body just like hyper extends and brings the claw up and then actually aims over the creatures in front of it and is able to hit you because it does have a 10-foot reach. So it's going to make one attack against you. It only gets one attack of its pincers. So that is going to be a +7 to hit. So let's see if that hits. That is a 14. That's 21 to hit. And then... Oh, you do get... so Grok, go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me. As you do take... Yeah. So as the pincer grabs you, it automatically goes in for a grapple, trying to hold you within. So that's going to be a 8 for that. 2d6 poison.
That's a 12. I did it on D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay. All right. So that is going to be 4, 10, 11 points of damage total.
Okay.
And then you are grappled and poison. Ooh. So that is...
It'll never be disease because I'm a paladin.
What's up?
I was like, it's never disease. Bloody paladins.
Did you add your bless modifier on D&D Beyond?
No, I didn't actually.
And you said a 12?
Yeah.
Roll a 4.
That's plus D4.
Roll a 4 and you'll win. Oh! Oh, so close.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Oh,
wait.
Oh. Waiting.
That's my dick.
Oh, yeah! Alrighty. So, Grok, you are not poisoned. Oh, thank fuck. Okay. Alrighty. So, with that, you can see the creature pinces down onto you, and you are trying your best to just break free of those pincers. And for a moment, you can feel your cloak, that hood begin to fall. You know that Twig no longer has her eyes covered. You don't know about Eurydice. She's to your back, and you cannot let them see you like this. So using that, you just push and force yourself, ripping away the claws as even the creature, you can see those eyes widen as you push away and drop back down onto the ground, anchor in your hand, picking it back up where you dropped it, ready to fucking sink this massive fucking thing. Okay. Alrighty. Hell yeah. Look at that. No more poisoned for you. However, I did accidentally remove you from the turn order. Let's see. You had you were after Din, right? Before Quilt? I think that was right.
Just yeah, it's just one thing. Din should be on full health as well because the prayer of healing affects up to 6 people, and I think everyone else is on full, aren't they?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
But Din goes up to 44 as well.
Okay. Same damage, yeah. Yep. So you still take that damage, but you are not grappled and you are not poisoned, because poisoned in D&D is not great. You have disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks. Okay, alrighty. So then from the Breed Mother, we then go to Twig. Twig, it's your turn.
Now, look, I understand she's got this lovely ballista here, but she has her bolts of slaying, so they're not exactly compatible, I don't think. So she will revert just to using her normal crossbow, and just with both her attacks, just launch them off at the Breed Mother. And then
Okay, so you have 2 bolts of slaying. How many were there?
I have only 2. So yeah, both attacks can use up both of them.
Okay.
These ones
Alrighty.
both hit.
So both of those hit, and then that will be DC what? Constitution saving throw?
DC 17.
DC 17. All right, got +5 to the con save, so let's see. It's public. Okay, you said DC 17?
Yeah.
Okay,
So they both fail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then it takes an extra 60-10, so that's going to be just for both of the...
So 12d10.
Hell yeah, man.
all the damage.
God.
I've never
Yes.
rolled so many dice. This is power. Wait, 10, fuck.
Not so much though.
No way.
Okay, all right.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Goodness, that is a lot of damage. Woo!
And it's in addition, right? So like even like the piercing from those 2 attacks,
Uh-huh.
like the 7 and the 11. So that is
Yeah.
addition. Oh, wow, beautiful. Chef's
This is
kiss.
incredible.
Whew.
My babe
It is
absolutely.
still standing, but just barely. It is looking really, really bad. As you sort of fly,
Shit, wait,
like,
Hunter's Mark as well.
oh yeah, okay, yeah, add the Hunter's Mark damage.
Just for both of them.
Okay, 11.
Make sure 11. God damn it, Din.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Still hanging in there as you fire the bolt, slam it down, fire a second one. They both land in there, and you can see that there is just this rotting of flesh and plate as the creature just takes that damage and just begins to fold and curl, and it is looking really rough right now. Those bolts doing that extra bit of damage. All right. Nalfian.
He is going to trade places with Twig on the ballista and just right next to her and just use the ballista and fire it at it.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and make a dexterity check for me. Okay, all right. 20, that'll hit, and then that'll be 30 points of damage. All right. Nalfian, how do you want to do this?
I envision him like, ooh, this is gonna sound so cheesy, but he's gonna like take Twig and like pull the trigger together. So like, yeah, wherever I assume she just kind of like stepped down to fire next to it. He's just gonna like quickly grab her, and they're both gonna aim and fire it at the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sick.
gross, but I love you too. Mwah, mwah.
All right. So it takes 30 points of damage. You aim the ballista. You, along with Twig, you can see Twig that he's going to shoot it in the wrong area. You know that he needs to just move a little bit to the left. So the two of you together, you kind of jerk him a little bit. And with that together, you pull the trigger, firing the bolt. It flies through the chest of that creature, enough force behind it to throw it back up against the wall. You can see the small arms bursting out of the chest, trying to stab at the bolt in between, and you can see that there is this brief shot of magic from the arms, as you can see in this last-ditch effort, it tried to conjure some massive spell, and you can feel the ground underneath you begin to shaken and churn, but sadly, at least, well, happily for all of you, because of the quick thinking from Nalfian and Twig, the bolt flies through, and before it's able to cast that spell, the creature falls dead. And you can see that as soon as it does, the flying horrors around you, there's a moment where they just sort of, these three are already frozen in fear at Grok, but then they just sort of begin to shake their heads and then drop dead. Nothing to stabilize that hive mind connection, destroying the hive. As in turn, you're very confident that it has destroyed the rest of the insectoids as well. And with that, that is where we're going to go ahead and take our break. Oh, buddy boy. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. A lot of fun. Yeah. So we're gonna take a break, and we'll be back in five minutes. All right. Woo! Break time.
Team.
So, for the time being, Izzy will be role-played by me, and then we'll see some stuff happen. But I just wanted to be fully upfront about that, so that way nobody was like, wait, what's going on? Okay, so that is that. I know, Onion. So that's that. But I think other than that, we can go ahead and roll that intro and then get started. Okay? And where the...
And if the world has almost been destroyed countless times, what's one time more? Let's just keep it at almost.
I have faith in that.
A little bit. I'll take a shot at whole withering
Okay, so you will take the attack of opportunity there.
even though I disengage.
Oh, you disengage. Sorry. My bad. Sorry, Kayla was walking past and waved her hand in my face.
He is ruled by his emotions. I take no offense, dear Bjornyar, and I thank you for your fealty.
Man, look at that hair.
It is natural to fear change, to resist it.
Look at it.
But all things change and
Drink
all
it up.
things end. The
It's
lessons
fabulous.
of Ragnarok.
Easy breezy.
We will speak
L'Oreal.
again soon.
That's so stupid.
We need to put a stop to that. That makes me very uncomfortable.
Well, let's worry about the tyrant that's coming here first, shall we?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm a functional member of society.
If I had a negative 10 to insight, I would still call you on your bullshit.
To each other. As I said, I have a feeling we'll be there presently. Perhaps let's go right for now. And by that, I mean
right.
left.
Wait.
Is left to the sarcophagi?
East. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Shima's right, but our left.
Yeah.
Alright,
Y'all.
My
wait.
head. Okay.
Wait, just say
North, south,
east.
All right, we're gonna go stage right.
West.
We're going west.
Ah, damn it!
Okay.
Right? Is that wait? Oh shit! Do I have it wrong?
That's east is if you're looking at it like on the.
Wow, these colors are pretty magical. Do you have colors like this, Mr. Giftman? And like, wave the kaleidoscope near the gift.
He's compelled to answer all questions.
He is compelled to answer all questions. So he would go
Well, they said that before there was anything, there was dark and light, right?
correct.
So, if the thing that we're supposed to be fighting really is, like, all of darkness,
Thank you for the follow, Albertor 1410. Very cool. So there is something that sticks out to you, Ashima, or not Ashima, Poe, because you remember hearing stories about adventurers who fought creatures with one large eye and eye stalks connected to them.
I think what I'm getting at, my friend, is that if I ever fail them, I trust that you won't.
Oh no, I won't. I'll burn half the world down just to make sure I catch the bastards in the flames.
Right. And I fucking love that about you, Grok.
Referencing all of the sitcoms right now, but his hands kind of just start touching his face, and he's like, "I could make him a flying teapot."
A what?
You can?
I could try.
Okay, Desmond.
Try.
You will try.
Just, I think I would need some stuff.
Okay, so plan is walk back in.
Sorry. No.
Oh, it's okay.
No.
I
think
deserve
you're
it.
great.
I'm a mess. I've had 2 years to write this paper.
2 years? Oh, Jinx.
Sayla's losing her shit. She's just fucking laughing in the corner, just so you know.
If you see any yellow flowers or firewood, grab that on the way. No red flowers.
Okay. Sure.
Who's gonna be quiet as we're traveling, but he's gonna be some of the metal that he took when he left Water's Wake. He's gonna be crafting something.
Sounds sticky as well.
No. Grot can't be hot, bothered, and sticky because that has a different meaning. And
Whoops.
I can't let that happen on stream. So, I will say that as you are.
Oh, that's just gonna make it so heartbreaking when she finds out she betrayed them on accident. Well, not she. Oh gosh.
So, you're telling me this grand, whatever the fuck, wants to meet Emeril, and Sayla cannot remember.
a wicked deed. Just relax. Today is a new day, and it's going to be great. Why? Because you are going to do some act of kindness today. Whether it be small or big, you will do it because you're Eurydice. And that little act of kindness is probably going to make some poor bastard's day. It makes mine.
You need to be fucking perfect. There's a lot of garbage out there. Just gotta be better than that. So that's a high enough bar for me, at least.
Did not have all the ingredients of said cocktail when I made it.
Alec blinks.
It's a metaphor, I'll tell you later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
I'm sorry.
You.
She's just gonna hold up her hands like, I'm sorry.
I did say I didn't promise any.
Oh wait, he has advantage because pack tactics.
Yes, he does.
That was sad. Okay, fuck you and give me my fucking strength saving throw.
The horn playing twice really sold that.
Yeah, it really did.
So this...
Or just to life in general.
Thought toast was a bread word.
Oh, it is. You see, some words have multiple meanings.
Oh shit! Wow, yeah,
Can you come with us?
that's
Can he please? Oh my god.
way of putting that. All right, well, Cecily will hold up.
No, I didn't actually.
And you said a 12?
Yeah.
Roll a 4.
Plus D4.
Roll a 4 and you'll win. Oh! Oh, so close. Oh, God.
Sorry.
Oh, wait.
Was.
I gotta vote for Goblin King because we have two imposters. If they get a double kill, we lose. So he seems close with no alibi.
The planky goes.
If we lose, I apologize.
Oh, you're all dumb. Now they need a
Well, that was just hurtful.
Well, we got to vote off Ryan now because.
Oh,
fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oi, Goblin King! Oh, I saw him fly out from the crow.
I think we need to let the coordinator know so she's prepared.
I'm sure I can cast Sending, and she could probably be here for us to discuss in detail what we need. I'm guessing a total of 75 words in one day will not be enough.
Probably not.
I can cast the spell 3 times.
Hey, that's metagaming, sir.
Bardass knows that.
See if he wants to look at it too.
No, I'm not busy. I was just kind of just doing some stretches. I wasn't doing anything. I don't know what. Okay, yeah. What's up?
Hey.
Yeah. What's up? What do you need? Sorry, I just don't.
You're making me laugh and I can't roleplay. Okay.
Sorry. What pitch is my voice normally at, Bianca, please?
That was, not great.
Okay. So, Poe, you don't get a saving throw. You're just like this until either the spell ends or you lose a hit point. So, as a mouse, Powassum Meep.
Nice. That's going in the quotes.
Can blossom meat.
As long as we're talking about it, boats are kind of scary. So that's my expert input. I wanna be on land. I'm ready, by the way. But the main use of it I saw that was truly badass was one of the players used Force Cage, and then one of my other players used Silence. So they basically just trapped an entire group of guards in a Force Cage, and then started just shooting them from afar, and they screamed silently like they were in a void of space until they were all dead.
So cool.
And we're back.
Yep. They just...
Is there supposed to be music? Does anyone want music? No, okay. I'm just gonna eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Does anyone know we could do music? Music would be cool. That'd be very name day-y.
Okay, so you know you gotta put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm so sorry if you're wearing it. I hope you're lost. Beetle armor it is.
I'd say maybe that's on the bottom end of the priorities, if you excuse the pun.
I hear Joe dying in the next room.
Oh, yes. Bottom. Very well. I'll keep an eye out. Anything else? It's in your inventory now. Bottom of your
perfect gift.
Minus one family, plus one damage.
Wow.
Somebody else was saying it.
Sorry. Yeah, so down here. Oh, down there.
Ooh.
Yes, down there. You can tell because there's an ass.
Yeah.
All righty. Let me go ahead and undeafen Discord. And we are back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and just dive back in. All of my wonderful players are here, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So with that, we'll go ahead and pick up where we left off. So all of you had come to Highland Pass in an effort to stop Geldovan and make sure that whatever was going to happen to the city didn't happen. Now, at least as of right now, you do know that, for one, Geldovan is currently incapacitated. And on top of that, the Broodmother has also been killed. Thanks to a well-placed ballista shot from Nalfian and Twig, they were able to kill the Broodmother and prevent her from continuing to command her other insectoid servants, and allowing the party to have a moment of breath, a moment of respite deep inside of this cave. No insectoids to attack them. And now, with an unconscious Geldovan, they have some choices. So with that, jumping back in, Broodmother dead, Geldovan unconscious and not bleeding out. What's everybody doing?
Yuri's gonna walk up next to Grok.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Grok's already dropped the aspect.
Just gonna see if he's okay. Good.
Fine. No one touches fucking Geldovan.
She's
Same,
fine,
it's
Clark. She's fine. I checked on her a little while ago, and She's breathing fine, lying fine. She's. I can bring her around again, no trouble if you want me to.
Thank you. Just not just yet. Grok's like he's dropped the aspect, but he's still just kind of like staring this direction.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nalfin's gonna take this time and not really saying anything, and he's just gonna go tie Galdavan up because he does have rope.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
He's gonna tie her up and just kind of like set her against this wall, so that way when Quill kind of brings her consciousness back, she's sitting upright and can talk to us.
Okay.
Is the art for the breed mother accurate?
Fairly, yeah. Like I said, it's the face is a little bit less humanoid, and it's definitely more flat, more spread out. But other than that, yeah, pretty accurate.
Okay, well, Grok is going to literally smash it off with his ankle like a golf club.
Okay, smash a claw? Is that what you said?
No, smash the like face bit off, like literally ankle like
okay.
a golf.
Okay, yeah. So you just sort of climb up the body, and it's very strange because it's heavy enough to even support your weight, or thick enough and sturdy enough to support your weight. So yeah, you just crawl up, and yeah, you just begin to fucking wail on it, and it is fucking, yeah, crushed. Well, you can see Grok climb up and just begin to wail on the face with the anchor.
Quilp's gonna go up and have a look at the creature as Grok's wailing on it. Is there just like a chasm going down then at the back?
Correct.
The room behind it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. None of that stuff is in that room.
And the odd little hole which creatures have come through.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. See, I've not come across the insectoids before.
I just mind yourself. If you're gonna look down that hole, it goes fucking right deep.
That's what I was wondering about. How far down it went.
You
Not
can
much
see
about these creatures.
Sten just sort of looks over. You can see him kind of pick up a small pebble off the ground and just throw it down the hole.
Grok will follow suit, but instead of a pebble, it's a chunk of head.
And you can just hear it bouncing off the walls. But all you hear is that sort of rolling sound of it being up against the walls or bouncing to another one until eventually it stops and is just sort of falling straight down. And you, maybe 45 seconds? A minute?
Oh, holy shit, okay.
You just begin to hear the echo come back up.
I do know there's all kinds of things live down in the dark, down there. It might be wise not to throw too much tempting food down a hole that goes that deep. It might come looking for where it came from.
It's a good point, Quill. And
That little strange little portal thing in the other end, that seems to be going down the Underdark somewhere.
Maybe. Let's check it out. And I'll kind of look back there, and then Grok, Din will kind of put an arm on your shoulder and just say, "Are you all right?"
I'm fine. Thanks.
All right. I'm gonna kind of pat you on the shoulder a little bit, and then begin to walk away. And then as it gets to you, Quilp will kind of say, so you said Underdark? And with that, kind of begin to walk with you, unless you plan to stay back this way, walk with you towards the portal.
Quilp will walk with Din. Just go, yeah, it's got little rooms and things on. It's not very hard. I mean, I'm sure you'll be a very clever person. You'll be able to work it out, no trouble at all. And you can just operate it as like a little portal, and you can jump around down to it, and it looks like it takes you Underdark. So, yeah,
It's very
indeed.
interesting. We saw one of these before, and the conversation kind of trails off as they make their way around the corner, joining Eurydice, Twig, and Nalfian. Grok, are you doing anything by the sort of drop-off over here, or are you just kind of taking a moment?
He's kind of just taking a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just kind of like staring down there.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
$21. Grok, as you're just staring down the hole, you just kind of... It's very similar to that feeling of when you stare into the void starts to stare back. The longer you gaze into this just never-ending darkness, you just feel like it's looking at you. And right before you pull your gaze away, for a moment you think that you're hearing things, because very briefly, it almost sounds like you hear whistling, like someone whistling a tune. And then immediately as you try to focus into listening to it, there's nothing anymore.
Not that I'm asking if he outright recognizes the tune, but was the tune that was it kind of like, was it a tune or was it just general whistling?
It was a tune. It was almost cheery. It was odd. Staring into a craterous, vacuumous part of this space, of this gargantuan hole in the ground, and to hear joyful whistling. But it's gone now. It was there for a fleeting moment, kind of like when you catch something out of the corner of your eye. It was just a brief sort of whistle in the wind, and it's not there anymore.
Brock is gonna walk back to the group, but he's gonna kind of like, not loudly, but kind of like absent-mindedly, kind of like whistle the same tune.
Okay. Okay. Quilp and Nalfian, I'd like the two of you to make history checks.
I was afraid you were going to
I was just gonna ask.
Wow, great. The reactions from both.
Shit.
Oh, damn, the pop-out's closed. Hold a sec. It's going to be reverse, absolutely right.
Okay. Nalfian, you do have a vague recollection of it. You've heard it before. And you've heard it from a much different time in your life, but you can't remember from where. Quilp, though, you know exactly where that tune is from. It's what people on the surface would consider, at least what it's used for, like a funeral dirge. But instead of being melancholy and sad, that song is used in not celebration of death, but in this joyful feeling of death. this "they're gone, they died" good riddance almost. And that's why the tune is so happy, because thank the gods they're gone. And it's odd that Grok, a hobgoblin from the surface, would be whistling that.
Yeah, and what culture down in the Underdark would use that tune?
Specifically the Drow.
Drow. Yeah. I'll give Grok a look and say, oh, that's a pretty tune, that one. I suppose it's very appropriate in the circumstances.
The laptop died again.
Oh no.
Nalfi just kind of opens his mouth like he's gonna say something, thinks better of it, and looks to Quilp for a second, back to Grok, and then to Eurydice, and he just says, "Alright, so are we doing this or what?"
Yeah, should we check her things first? There's doors over there, so...
Nalfian's gonna sigh, annoyed, and start walking this way to look around this area.
Could help out as well.
Yes, please, because there's an
Rooting for the
investigation
stuff.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make some investigation checks. Whoever is searching, make them.
Yeah, this is not else elsewhere.
5 for Nalfian.
I've got 6. I've got you.
Yeah, 24 for Twig, and then... okay, so as the Twig, Nalfian, and Eurydice are going off to search the room over there, but Quilp, what was it you said again to Grok?
I said, that's a pretty tune, Grok, and yes, it's appropriate in the circumstances, isn't it?
What? Why would it be appropriate? I just heard it the first time, like a minute ago, down the hole.
No, you guys are too busy searching right now. As you're past the wars and the walls and the doors.
Thought maybe you'd learnt it from your friend Alfie, and that's the Drow. It can be a bit of a cruel folk, and they like to celebrate when one that needed, as far as they were concerned, slaying dies. They want to sing that song and play that tune. Celebration, like. Heard it from coming down the hole, and then there's another Drow somewhere close by.
Was that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, if they were happy about that bug thing dying, then it's a good thing, because like we've done them a good turn, maybe.
I mean, it's a cheery sounding
So-
song, isn't it? It's not like they're being like, oh, fuck those lot.
Why they sing it, I think. It's like, oh, someone we didn't like is being killed, and we're all happy about it. And
I mean, I did
from
throw
Drow.
part of its head down the hole.
Yeah. And I guess they saw it, maybe, and or maybe kind of saying to you, good job. I take it. He kind of reaches up as high as he can and pats probably the bottom of your back. I take it as a bit of a compliment. Like, it's a good thing to be like noticed and thought to be worthwhile by the Drow. That's for sure.
Oh. Well, suppose this day is not completely shot.
Well, And your friend's okay, and maybe we can find out what was happening with that as well.
Well, we'll see. And he just kind of like lifts Gelderman and just throws it over his shoulder.
Oh, okay. All right. Easy enough. You're strong enough. You pick her up. So, with those rolls, while that's happening, you guys would find several things over there. This is aisles. Here we go. Okay. So, for one, you find just of value. You don't necessarily find anything materialistic of value, like gold or gems or anything like that in this area. But what you do find is several what seem to be magical things. For one, you find 2 scrolls, sort of rolled up, tucked into the bookshelf. Just handing them to Eurydice. Eurydice, you'd be able to recognize them. One is a 3rd level spell of Animate Dead, which pretty much just creates a zombie. So let me go ahead and then the 4th, there is a spell scroll that is 4th level, and that is Wall of Fire.
Okay.
Now,
You cast that though? It's above you.
No, but I like that it's there.
you can cast it. It's just a DC. You need to make a check.
Okay.
So
Happy.
is
She looked really
Eurydice
happy.
gonna hold on to both of those?
She's gonna share them with Din. Like, she's gonna show them to Din.
Okay. So
She's gonna have them on her, but let him know that they're there.
Okay. If you tell him, he'll just kind of say about the 3rd level spell and the 4th level. He says, before you use those, if I could write those down, I could just have them ready whenever we may need them. And then you can keep the scrolls.
Okay, we'll do that when we have a moment. I'll give them to you. You write them down. I'll hold them.
Cool. Good. So then you also find 3 potions. One is a potion of a bright yellow fluid that's streaked with black and kind of swirls on its own. The other one is this sort of deep purple potion that it almost seems to be like a jelly, almost. Then the third one is it is a clear liquid that floats at the top of the container, and then the rest of this are just these sort of shifting clouds throughout the rest, kind of keeping this liquid held above. There are those 3 liquids there. And then you can also see there are these small lenses, which you can see that they could either be popped into glasses or even just sort of held over the eye using one hand. One is a small crystal disc of what looks to be an amber color, a sort of burnt orange. And the other one is a very, very pale icy blue. And then finally, Grok, as you are picking up Geldovan, you can see that just given your attunement to magical things, you can tell that she does have a cloak on right now, and that cloak definitely gives off this magical energy as she has it on. Not sure what, but you can recognize that.
Nah, Grok will leave it on her.
Okay. Okay. All right, so with that, all of you collect the items, seemingly that of any sort of valuables in there. And what are you doing?
Yeah, like Eurydice said, there's no writing, journals, letters, or anything like that. Just items.
In this room specifically, no. There's plenty of books and smaller things, maybe documents of Highland Pass, like blueprints and things like that. But it seems like most of the other important things were probably in the room that was destroyed.
Convenient.
Or
right,
a fail-safe.
Nothing's
But
gonna
no
walk
flowers
out.
either.
No flowers either.
Yeah, and see Grok kind of like hoist it up, Galdavan, and he's just gonna say, "Are we not gonna question her? I thought that was the plan."
Well, I mean, it's probably not a good idea to do it here, is it? With the fucking place collapsing and someone whistling up tunes to me.
Is that where you heard that?
I was saying to Quill, never heard it before. Looked down the hole after I threw that fucking thing's, well, I say head, part of its head down. And then after staring down a bit, I just hear like a tune.
I mean, did you see where it was coming from?
Oh, fuck no, it's well far down.
All right, let's go.
But if there's someone down there, wouldn't it be a
There's
good
no
idea
one
to...
down there. It's time for us to leave. Nothing's
If
walking
there's
this way.
someone down there, it's going to be it'll be someone that's happy to be down there, Miss Twig. I wouldn't worry about that too much.
Well, should we not take this? It seems to be, it'll be quicker, won't it?
Where does it go? Did anyone check?
Yes, and you can see Den this entire time has just kind of been kneeling down towards it, referencing a few things along his blade, and I don't think that this is where we want to go. In fact, I think it might be better if, Grok, you find a big stone and just smash it. This is a teleportation circle that works in two ways, so as easy as someone could walk through it, someone could come through it. And it's difficult translating arcane runes as the languages vary from caster to caster, but it seems as though just from what I can source that this has a destination in a place that, and he kind of looks towards Nalfian and Quilt, we probably wouldn't want to go to.
Well, you're gonna need to be more
specific. Before that it was in Dwarvish? Am I just making that up?
These ones, no.
So I thought when Cook was looking at something, there was something about
I thought you
Dwarvish.
said that too. Yeah, that these.
If I did, then I misspoke.
Oh,
because
okay.
they are not. No.
Okay.
Nothing just said that you're gonna need to be way more specific, Din.
I don't know where they go, but I'm.
Grok does not practice for the part of the language.
Okay. Oh, as you just start cracking into it. I'm very confident that they go somewhere in the Underdark. I'm not sure where.
All right, Grok, carry on.
From what I could gather, it seemed to be someplace organized.
Wait, so then they have connections to the Underdark as well, then?
I don't know. All I know is that it led down there.
Would I know about any of these things? Like the more that he's kind of like putting stuff together. It's been a while since he's been, but there are just some things you don't forget.
Make a history check for me. Oh, wow, okay. 18. Okay. So, obviously, Geldavan is a hobgoblin. There's no denying that. Hobgoblins are creatures that are typically born and bred on the surface. It is not uncommon, while it is rare to happen. There have been known to be deals or trades between some specific people in the Underdark and those on the surface for services, goods, materials, things like that. So it could very well be possible that there was some type of deal brokered between the Watcher on the Wall, Geldavan, and the Underdark in some way, shape, or form.
Gotcha. Grok, I think it's safe to say that you can break this fucking thing.
Well, I mean, I've swatted half the things off, but it should be alright. But I mean, is it? We've not really gone round. We're not made sure there's not like, well, more of them. Because we could sit around, but well, actually, there's a whole fucking group of them.
Oh, is this group connected to the drow that was whistling?
If we smash it now, we
I'm
don't have
very
to worry about anybody else coming up from there. So let's just go ahead and break it now.
The Eldritch blasts it. Straight up just Eldritch blasts the portal.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Grok, you said that you had already been kind of wailing on it a little bit, right?
Oh no, Grok did like fucking dust in this thing.
Okay, yeah. So, combined between the two of you, definitely you're able to destroy it. And those sort of glowing active runes, they eventually stop glowing and fade.
Nalfin's already walking away.
Come on, you can get Eldrin into the next room and then interrogate him.
Yeah, talk to your friend Gelvin and find out what's going on.
I mean,
So
Grok will like pick her up, and then with his other arm, he'll point down this way. And say, I mean, we're not checking down here. What have we
probably a
missed?
good idea, right?
Shine it down there.
Nalfin's just gonna
I
turn on
mean,
his
she's
heel and
she's not going anywhere.
he's just gonna follow everyone else. He's just very uncomfortable and doesn't want to stand still, so he's just kind of walking directions.
Right.
Yeah, just like see if there's anything of note up here, I guess.
Okay. So as all of you make your way down this way, it just seems to be supplies, rations, water, ale and wine, supplies for a fairly large group of people. That's the odd thing. Like, and going up any of these staircases and any of these areas, you can see that there are bunks and beds for maybe 30 or 40 people, and they are just nowhere to be seen. So nothing of value, but just evidence of a lot of people living here that aren't now.
I mean, would that check out with what we were told, I guess, about these like tunnels in Highland Pass, that they were just, I guess, used to get people through and I guess storing them as well?
It looks a little bit more permanent than kind of that temporary, like, stay here until we get your paperwork sorted.
Right. But it seems like it would just be like something that was established with the city, like not something that would have been like connected to House Markgold or something.
Maybe at one point in time it was used by the city, but it definitely seems like over time it's been used more and more by the Geldervan and the cultists.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a means to an exit this way, correct?
No.
Alright, and the flower has not been located thus far, also?
No.
Okay. If there's no way out, literally turning on his heel and fast walking the other direction.
Okay.
As Napian's just storming up, Twig will try and like go up behind him and just grab his hand. Just maybe, hopefully, like stop him from just, I guess, stomping all over the place.
He'll
calm him
take her
down.
hand and just slow down a little bit, but he's still walking pretty quickly. Like, she'll probably have to double step to keep up.
Okay.
We'll try.
Okay. So with that, as all of you make your way back out, back into the caves, are you stopping here or you go even further?
Now it's gonna
They're like zombies, so maybe we should like do whatever we're gonna do here, and see what the situation is outside. That's what Yuri's gonna say, anyway.
Do we think that we've stopped the zombie problem through stopping Geldervan? What?
You might have done, but Oh, wait, we should just get this out of the way first, and then we can return to the city with a bit more purpose and figure out what we're doing next.
Nalf will look over to Grok.
I'm not doing anything until I know what's going on outside, because if I don't have to do it here, I'm not going to. She's not some fucking animal that I'm going to wake up in the middle of some dank fucking cave.
Well, I mean, if we need to go through those zombies again, she probably would be able to at least do something about that. And I feel like it's probably best to not leave until we've found the lily, if it's even still around.
Right. No one hurts her.
We'll do quite the opposite, friend Grog. Make sure she's quite okay and feeling calm.
Thanks, thanks,
May
bro.
I?
Of course you can.
We'll just look round at everyone. Everyone ready? I'm just gonna wake her up and make sure she's okay.
Before Quilt does that, Nalf's just gonna kind of like take a quick peek around just to make sure they're relatively Joe.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Sorry. Now.
Yeah, you kind of peek down corridors, keeping an eye out for anything. And as far as you can tell, you are alone.
Doesn't hear anything.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, Nalf's not saying anything. He's just gonna nod towards Quilt and Grok.
Okay. Quill will reach out and just take either cheek of hers in his hands and just channel a little bit of energy to start bringing her back into consciousness.
Yeah. So.
And he's also going to... Oh no, he'll save it.
Okay.
As he brings her around, though, he's just going to try and monitor whether she's in a calm state or not.
You can see that as she begins to come back, just channeling a small bit of energy, just enough to bring her back to consciousness, she inhales and she looks up. And you can see her just sort of look to all of you and then blink and look back down the cave towards where the broodmother is. Was, at least. And then look back to all of you, and her head just drops to the ground. So she's calm, but very defeated.
I think she's okay, I think. He needs to talk to her.
And Brock will kind of, like, kneel down so he's closer and say, It's done. I told you not to stop you, but I'm not going to hurt you.
She just looks up at you, shakes her head. It was the only way I could get them back.
Get who?
My clan, my brothers and sisters.
So, I know how it feels. I mean, not my clan, but something else. I get how you feel. But you take down the people responsible. everyone else. It's not the right way.
This city is responsible. Tarkir is responsible. All of them are responsible. If they didn't spit on the ground we walked on, we wouldn't have had to felt like we had to fly and just take everything because no one would help us.
So, well, I agree. You know, ask any of these lot. Anyone says anything to me, I'll knock 10 shades of shite out of them. But what about some little babby that's just been born? It's not its fault. It's not born with hate. You can't blame some little creature like that. Do you know what I mean?
But the source, the kingdom, its parents. If the parents don't die, then it'll just teach it this terrible vitriol, this evil. And if
People
that's what that
change.
child's going to grow up to be, then yes, I will kill that child.
But people change. People break the cycle. It's not one continuous circle, there's breaks. Whether or not that break needs to happen, fine. But you don't burn down the whole fucking circle.
How can you be so sure?
I can't. I'm not even, I mean, I can tell you for an absolute fact I'm not the smartest person here. But I'm honest. I can tell you that much, so I'll tell you what I feel. And I know where you're coming from. You're the best. You were just doing what you thought was right. And I've got no issue with that. I do the same thing. But not like this. Just prove that we're better than them. They look at us like shite. Just prove that they're the shit ones. Don't stoop to the level and, you know, don't set fire just to hope you catch them in the flames.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Rock. Okay.
Guidance if you need it.
Roll a
Right
d4.
next to him, I'll just kind of pat him.
Okay, 19. She, at this point, finally makes eye contact with you, Grok. I just feel like if I do that, things will never change.
They will. Just maybe you're the chisel and I'm the hammer. But you let me do it in a different way.
And you can see her just kind of deflate, staring back down at the ground, sort of wriggling a little bit, but other than that, she just kind of defeated.
Just listen, help me help you. Just tell us where that flower is. No one. And Grok will, like, even if she's not looking at me, he'll kind of like, not in like a violent way, but he'll like grab her face just so she can see that he's being genuine. It's like, no one will hurt you. I promise. I'll let you walk away. No questions. Just help me.
she's gonna, as you say that, she's gonna immediately look behind Grok. Now, is anybody behind Grok? What is it? Everybody's reaction behind Grok to that?
He's doing a total what the fuck kind of face.
Nalfian's just glancing behind him. He's listening, but he's distracted.
It just looks kind of sad at Gelderman.
What about Quill? What's he looking like?
Quilp's just kind of right next to Grok and just looking between the two of them, and yeah, he's just got like a little concerned expression.
Den has a little bit of a grimace on his face, and you can see that Geldervan locks eyes with you, Eurydice. And not looking back at you, Grok, but just looking at Eurydice. Something tells me that not everyone agrees with what you just said.
I don't care what I've been through and what you know about us. It's different. You've got my word. Nothing will happen. Nothing. I swear.
Go ahead and make another persuasion check, Grok. And make sure to add that D4 because of guidance. Hey.
Guidance.
Ooh! Add that guidance. 19, nice.
Right after that, Yuri is gonna say, sorry, have we forgotten about the screaming families we heard outside a few hours ago? Did not happen.
Make it with disadvantage.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna change anything, but like Twig's just gonna like, if Yuri's saying that, she's just gonna grab Yuri's arm. Just to kind of cut that out.
Do
kind
I
of thing.
use the same D4 or do I have to roll that again?
No, you're good with the same D4. Yep. Okay, 19. Grok, I do believe you. I believe that you would be willing to cut this rope, let me go. But I have a feeling that as soon as I get 15 feet away, this one's going to blow a hole in my back.
And
You
I
wouldn't,
guess.
right? You ready to see?
Sorry.
You wouldn't do that?
Eurydice just has kind of this look for a second. She doesn't respond to what Twig said, but she does say, why are we just forgetting that there's an entire quarter of a city has been literally torn apart and that half of the forest is dying? And that she already blames this cycle. If we let her go, is she just gonna stop, or is she just gonna go and hurt more people?
We need information right now. We can discuss what happens next after. Geldervan, where's the flower?
And at this point, like, you'll hear Grok. Like, do you know when someone is like loudly grinds their teeth? It's like I'm gonna fucking snap.
Oh, yeah.
And Grok will stand up and kind of like have his back to Gelderman, but like face everyone else was say, no one is fucking touching her, now or later. You touch her, you're fucking touching me.
Geldervan, where's the flower? You have our word. Now tell us what we need to know.
The flower is in the belly of the beast.
The one we just killed.
The broodmother ate it. That flower is resilient, however. If you were to crawl in there right now, you might be able to retrieve it still.
Oh, you only threw the head down, didn't you?
Just the head. If you want to go And maybe, Din, you're so sharp. I don't think Nalf wants to go back in there, but I'm staying here with her.
I can go do it. Don't worry about me. And kind of smiles. He'll kind of draw the sword.
I'll come with you, Din.
Oh, all right. Okay. And two of them head off. So, taking your time, Quilp and Din, you can see Din sort of jams the sword in. The body's still there. Jams the sword in and just sort of drags it along. And there's a lot of resistance. And eventually he pulls out like a small bit of cloth as soon as this acid just falls out of the stomach. He sort of quickly draws his blade away, covers his mouth with the cloth, as it is just putrid. But you can see that as he does, falling out of that just acidic stomach is a lily, larger than most, that has these long petals trimmed in yellow. Well, I've never seen the flower before, but I'm assuming that's it.
One would assume there aren't many lilies stuck inside big bug creatures, so...
No, I'd hope not.
You can't
I'd really
help it's
hope
the
not.
one.
Yes.
What's it do anyway, this thing?
If I'm being entirely honest, Quilp, I don't know. If I remember correctly, the snake in the grass from, and you can see he kind of makes his way over, and you can hear that his boots are, like, beginning to sizzle in the stomach acid as he quickly picks it up with his, like, he takes out, like, a couple of pieces of parchment and kind of, like, folds it in between and grabs it and then walks it away and sets it outside of the stomach acid. From what I remember from the snake in the grass, they had said it aids in decay, or something of the sort. So it can speed up decay to a crazy degree. That's really all I know about it.
Well, something for those with more knowledge than us to take back to, then. Well done for finding it. That was a gruesome job, wasn't it?
Yes. You don't happen to have any metal tongs, do you?
Tongs I'm right out of, but a bit of cloth we could wrap it in.
Okay, cloth is good. Cloth is good. And do you wrap it up together and begin to head back to the group. But in the meantime, while that's happening, cut back to the group. Grok, lay on hands yourself. On Grok from lay on hands. Okay, yeah. So Grok, lay on hands yourself.
As soon as she says the belly of the beast, Nalfian's like not giving her a chance to rest because he does not like what's happening in the situation. So he's just gonna fire off another question. He's just gonna say, "Great, who's the architect?"
I don't know much about him.
Tell me what you do know.
I was getting there. All I know is that all of the orders that we get comes directly from him. In terms of where he's at, or who he is, I don't know.
How do you receive your orders?
Me, at least. I receive them from a messenger from the Underdark. She'll take the water skin and drink it. It's always a different messenger. And it is always a Duragar. And Nalfian, you would know what a Duragar is. They are pretty much like the equivalent to deep gnomes, but dwarves.
Gotcha. That relaxes him a little.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone with the initial just K. Anything is called.
Okay. You can see her kind of for a moment. Yeah. If I'm going to be entirely honest, I don't know. In fact, there were many who did not think that I was suitable for this position.
Who else are you working for in the Underdark?
I don't work for anyone in the Underdark. All I get is my messages from there.
What about the artifact? One that's in the Dowie ruins here.
And you can see her kind of tense uncomfortably. The artifact was the Brood Mother. The Brood Mother, there, and you can see her sort of tense for a moment, just trying to think of how to explain this. There are creatures in the ruin in Isinalor. I believe them to be Dowie. Embedded into the wall. Fractures of their memory and their knowledge and wisdom, but able to talk, speak. And they talked of it, that creature. It used to be one of many. In fact, they had interconnected civilizations thousands of years ago. The Dowie did. The creatures. They're hyper-intelligent, magical creatures. But the Dowie twisted them to serve their purpose. You see, the Dowie, at least from what they told me, they had a rather crucial hand in the art of necromancy.
Does Twig react to this at all? Or is she just listening?
Nah, she's just soaking things in.
Okay.
Because I don't think anything is ringing any bells. I mean, she didn't really care for necromancy, so I don't think she's looked into any of this.
Yeah.
They were the originators of it, inventors of the magical school. Most of the artifacts that they knew of, revolved around either enhancing the ability to fight their enemies or control the undead. But it's known that the ones used to control the undead and create them have become cursed, as they were gifted this magic by some entity. And those items tied to creation of necromancy are now tied to that entity.
Does that entity have a name?
You can see her grow very uncomfortable. They in Dwarvish, they called him Krik Kastuk. And Twig, as soon as she says that, you know exactly what that is. That translates to the Lord of the Dark.
Guessed it.
Ah, fuck!
She'd relay that. Probably just like whisper it back as well, I guess like say it back as Gadavan says it in the Dwarvish.
When I originally began my work for this cult, I was told that there would be a pathway for revenge, and maybe even to regain what I lost. They told me if I did what they wanted, if I got revenge, something that I wanted so bad for what had happened to my clan, I would be able to get back what I lost. And it wasn't until then that I realized what I was truly doing. We had members of our clan who would travel far off, and they would reunite with us. There were those who traveled to far-off deserts, sprawling jungles. Then there were those who went beyond that. Frigid, icy wasteland. Finding ruinous opal buildings buried in the snow and ice. Some would go to Bromsgrove and bring back stories of a war long ago. Talked about poor treatment from the White Cloaks. From cruel people. And it wasn't until that moment that I realized that those that I work for, that I had made a deal with, was the same thing that frightened me at night when I was a child, that made me do my chores and go to bed on time. I wanted a way out. I thought that maybe if I did what they wanted, I'd be free of it. But I doubt that would have happened. And you can just see her kind of lost in her own thought.
What about the destruction that the Lays already caused? Is there any way to fix that?
Yes, there is. You see, that lily, not only can it bring about, and I would probably say at this moment would be when, probably a little bit before that, Quilp and Din would be returning. So both of you would have been here for the talk about the true name of the Dowie and that they gave about the Dark One. You'd be able to hear that as they sort of come back, and then all of that came after. Not only does the lily have incredible properties at decaying and destroying natural life, but it can also be used as a restorative to rejuvenate, cause plentiful growth.
And do you know how to do that?
Oh, yes, I am attuned to the lily. It's bound to me now, and unless
Great. So you're gonna fix this.
I will. Just know that when I do, and the fact that the city is not destroyed, even if you were not to kill me, Eurydice, come the fortnight I will be dead. If that gives you any comfort.
But why?
House Markle has many servants and many connections, dangerous ties. And those servants are everywhere. A drink in a tavern, poisoned by the chef. A man with a plain, recognizable face that fits into a crowd with a dagger. A crossbow bolt from a high wall. There are a million ways. And even with an army, a king can still be killed.
Not if they're always moving. We've got a crew. I can talk to the captain. Join us. You can help people.
No, this is where I draw the line. She's not coming with us.
Galdovan, I just need you to fix what you fucked up out. Can you do that? Yes or no?
As I said already, I can.
Great. That's where we'll start.
And then what about the lily afterwards? Does it need to be destroyed then?
And you can see Din kind of speak up and says, well, when Quilp and I found it, that same acid that it was in, and he kind of lifts up his shoes, and you can see that the soles of his shoes are starting to fall off.
Oh.
It burnt through the leather. So I think that flower is... well, I think it's sticking around for the long haul. And Geldovan says, as I said, it's bound to me. Should I die, it will be bound to no one, and then could be easily destroyed. But as long as I live, the flower lives.
Then we have our solution. The deal you made, it's not going away. Even if you try to run from it, if you try to run from House Markle, whatever this is, can't shake it. It's with you forever. And the reason she's not coming with us, because that follows us.
They're already fucking after us.
Oh, I can guarantee you after this, be mindful of your dreams. They'll have a way of seeming so real. So real.
Fine. I'm already wary. Not taking her with us.
Is there anything else that you can tell us?
What I can say is today was to be a day where Tarkir fell. Between what I did here and what several other of the leaders did in different cities and locations, it was supposed to be the destabilization of this nation. Mine was
I'm sorry.
Mine was the failsafe. There was so much planned here, so many avenues, ways that Highland Pass would be destroyed, that it was bound to be successful. And if all of you arrived and were able to turn the tides in your favor, then I can only presume that there were others that did the same elsewhere.
You don't have a way to contact your friends.
My way of contacting was in that room. The teleportation circle.
Well, that's gone now.
If that did fail, then there would be a meeting of some sort. A calling. Those who survived and their missions were at least partially successful would receive letters or missives, something to inform them of a location, of a area to meet. I knew that that was the backup plan. If Tarkir didn't fall, there would be some meeting for retribution.
Right.
I'm guessing you don't know where this would be.
No. I could. There are a few places that it may be, but I don't know if any of them are correct.
Where?
There are 3 that they could be. Deep underneath the spine of the world, the mountains that break Macavia, Tarkir, Iverion, and the Salamander Coast from the Demon Waste. Deep underneath there, apparently there is some fortress that has been long abandoned. It's, I believe, east of Coldober Keep. in the region of Macavia. The other place would be... There is another abandoned fortress in Hazran's Hollow, near Isanalor. And finally...
Probably, like, noticeably, like, jolts at that.
Yeah. There's the Accursed Isle, south of Sailor's Shade and Sandpoint. It would make sense that they would meet there, but it would almost be too obvious. Home to House Markle and their bannermen. That's where they decide to meet after their great defeat. But as I said, the plan was to receive those missives in 3 months, and then to have the meeting shortly after. So that's almost 4 months.
All right. Anything else? At all?
Devin, if you die, how does the Lily attune to somebody else?
If someone else were to find the flower, then yes, they could attune to it. But if I die, and you can see her kind of pause after that, at the thought. If I die, then the flower will be able to be destroyed. As easy as pruning a garden. Would I have died in that cave, it would have dissolved in the acid of that monster.
Well, now you're going to fix the mess that you've caused before that happens. Can you do that from here, or do you need to go somewhere special for this?
I would need to go to the parts of the forest that I destroyed.
Exactly do you do?
It's the same as a druid communing with nature. It's an aerial effect. I channel magical energy into the lily, and it reverberates through the soil and affects the surrounding nature.
Then I'll take you. I'll make sure you're safe when doing it.
And I say we go right now. Get it over with.
Just let's not be too hasty. I agree we do it. Just let's give her a minute. I mean, I shot a fucking cannon into her.
Let's just spare her a minute whilst things are dying.
Rod just grits his teeth again.
Eurydice, can I talk to you for a second? Great. And he's gonna take her by the arm and pull her aside. Far enough away, in case this turns into a screaming match. He's just kind of like rubbing his temples, and he's just like, "What are you doing?"
You mean, what am I doing? Have you... Everyone just blocked out? You heard a family screaming as they were torn apart in Alfian.
Eurydice, did you just hear what she said? Who are you? Who is this? Since when are we rushing in to murder every person we see. I don't remember this Eurydice a few months ago.
Happens in a few months, surprisingly.
He's just looking at her for a very long time.
We are just giving her so much benefit of the doubt. Everyone in this party has had bad things happen to them, but we're still on the right side. We're still here helping. She nearly contributed to the entire downfall of Tarkir, and then God knows what after that, and we are just giving her a minute to rest so she can then go fix the forest, potentially get away and do more harm, and then Grok is inviting her to come with us. You know it, and she has this entity attached to her. Those don't go away. You can't just back out of that.
Eurydice, if what she said is true, she's not gonna make it to go anywhere with us. We're giving her an opportunity to fix the shit she fucked up. So she can lie in the bed that she made, make amends, so she can go with some type of fucking peace. She's not gonna make it. And if you think she is, who's the bigger fool here? Wasn't it you who was so concerned about how people view you? About the actions that you do in the world and you making amends, and do people not deserve second chances? What if that was me? What if that was Grok? She just took a different path that he did. But if this was Grok, would you just say, let's just leave him out there to die? Let's just kill him right here, right now?
If I was in the same position, hey, it wouldn't be Grok anyway. It wouldn't be that same person. The reason I'm so happy that he's here is because of the choices he's made to be here. The difference.
Let her make this one last choice, Eurydice. Relax. And
Tell
take a
me
moment.
to relax. And she's gonna walk away.
He's gonna grab her by the arm. Listen. If we fuck this up, it's gonna be a hell of a lot worse. Really take a moment and think about what you're saying and who you're saying it to. We've all been through shit, Eurydice. But if you're not even willing to look past or give someone a fucking chance, the fuck does that say about me? You, Grok, Twig, Din. Yeah, I am telling you to fucking relax. And he'll let go of her arm.
Chance was being here, doing this. No, I'll let her live. You can go and fix what she's done. I'm not gonna pretend that she deserves that. Maybe I'm awful. Okay, but at least I haven't murdered, what, so far a quarter of a town? And then tried to murder the entirety of Tarkir? And sorry if I'm being a bit presumptuous, but I don't think you or Grok or Din or Twig have. I've done shitty things.
He's just laughing at you. We're done having this conversation. You've said everything you needed to right there. And he walks away.
She's not gonna walk back, she's gonna stay there.
Okay. All right. So, with that, reunite. You can see Geldovan is kind of beginning to stand up now.
I will just say, as Nauf and Yuri were having their little spit, Trig was wanting to just go over to Geldovan.
Yeah.
And just hug her and say,
I know that Grok doesn't like being a soft lad, so I feel like I should do this for him. But I'm sorry how everything's happened. I'm sorry fate has been unkind to you.
And you can see her kind of, for a moment, she just kind of tenses up as you grab her, and then she just melts, just deflates. And just a very cracky, soft thank you comes out. Now, Fian, as you
Stay there
return.
for like a hot minute and then step back and look up at Grok.
Okay. Now, Fian, as you're returning, you can kind of see Twig getting up from that.
He's just gonna walk over. Man, he's not saying anything. He just have stone look on his face.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that, she's now sort of standing. She says, well, then we should. I'm fine now. We can go now.
Do you need to rest on my shoulder? Or if you can you walk alright?
No, I'm fine. Now, Fian, when you tied her up, did you just sort of tie her hands and legs up?
I just tied her hair. To be honest, he just tied her arms, like her
Okay.
hands in front of her.
Okay, so yeah. So she just has her hands tied right now and says, I'm fine.
Oh, Brock would have cut that off.
Oh, okay. So she kind of rubs her wrists. I just want to do this.
Thank you.
Of course. Okay, so she, standing, begins to, she'll follow whoever's lead.
Yeah,
going up.
if Nalf can get like beside her without like Grok hearing too much, with not being, Nalfian's just kind of done at this point, but he does just whisper in Galdavan's ear, and he just says, "Please don't make me have to fucking kill you," and just kind of like pats her on the shoulder and leads her out.
And she just exhales out of her nose and kind of shakes her head and follows you out. Okay. So then all of you begin to make your way out and then eventually back to Highland Pass, exiting into the area where you initially came, and you can see that the guards of Highland Pass, several of them are wounded. There's a small group of maybe 7 or 8 that are passing. And maybe 7 or 8 of them are passing. A couple of them are wounded, kind of holding their wounds, but then eventually you can see that they sort of see you, and they recognize you, and they say, "Oh, you're the..." And they kind of hobble their way over. "We were looking for you. We were sent to find you. So you must have been successful. And you can see the man, maybe in his mid-20s or 30s, half-elven, slight point to his ears, wearing the decorative plate armor of the Tarkirian sort of organized military. Helmet off, the sort of tufts of gray on his side, and sideburns that kind of poke out. He says, "You have to." There were these things that began to sort of sprout out of the mountainside, and it was almost as soon as they sprouted out, they just toppled over dead. these terrible creatures, and it was shortly after that the undead also they were charging at us, beating down the walls, and then they just stopped. I don't know what it was, but we were about to be overwhelmed. They were about to break
You
open the
can
gates.
tell Lady Lapierre everything's fine and handled. We're going to clean up the mess right now.
And Grok, I, not to be like, do you know when someone's like tries to interrupt but not in a rude way? They go like,
Yeah, as he's just sort of.
And yeah, and he'd be like, just, it's sorted. The person who did it, they died. They're gone.
Oh.
We've got one of the wounded here, but we need to get a bit of a wiggle on. So we'll be back. Just need to get this one back to where they belong.
Of course. Well, and he looks towards Geldovan, just unaware of the truth of the situation, just willing to believe you so much because, I mean, you're the reason that this is happening. I'm very sorry that happened to you, and if there's anything you need, just know that the guards, all of us, I'll spread the word. I don't know what you must have seen in there, but if there's anything we can do to ease any of it, just let us know, all right? And you can see Geldovan sort of cock her head and just blink a few times at him. And he says, "Oh, you don't have to say anything. Just, name's, Declan. If you need anything, just feel free to come and find me. Okay? Declan. Got it?" She just kind of nods. All right. Well, gods be with you. And you can see him smile, and the other guards, even the ones that were wounded, a little rejuvenated now, they just kind of make their way back, sort of reunited with the rest, and head off.
Grok kind of does a bit of a half smile and looks at Geldovan and says, "See."
And she kind of makes a few noises and then just kind of nods. Yeah, I suppose so. And then nods. Okay. So with that, all of you begin to make your way out. The snow falling and cascading down all around you. And you make your way towards the gate, and there you can see the captain of Highland Pass, Helena Ovak, standing near the gate. You can see that she's got several cuts and gashes in her face and on her arms, new ones, not the old scars that she once had, as she sees you, and she says, "Ha! Well, I'll be damned. Look at that." As she and several other guards begin to make their way towards you. "So, you were successful then. That's good." And looks towards Geldovan. "Who's this one? Prisoner you found?"
Just another wounded.
Oh.
No, just another wounded. Just getting him back.
"Do you know where their family's at? Were they also in there?"
Just the camp outside town, not too far. But
Oh.
they were on their own.
Came in to get some supplies and then...
Yeah, that's the one.
God. Well, I'm very sorry for what you've gone through, and before you leave, I understand if you'll not want to stay another second in Highland Pass, but should you need a warm night's rest and a bed or a meal before you go, any of the taverns or inns in town, just let them know I sent you in. Free room and board. And she just kind of moves away and looks up towards the gate and just sort of whistles, moves her finger around for them to open it. And the gates slowly begin to open on both sides for you all to exit. Okay, so you all make your way out, the gate's shut, and with that, about 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night right now, as you guys begin to make your way out, you can see Geldevan. She sort of hobbles her way over to a set of trees, gets down on one knee, sort of digs her hand into the soil, and puts the lily in front of her, and just begins to channel this sort of magical energy into the lily. And you can see that eventually the trees, from that sort of sickly mush that they were, some of them now knocked over or torn up in different areas, you can see that they slowly begin to reform, the bark hardening, and you can see that it starts to grow this very odd, like purple moss along the sides, sort of fringed with yellow, and then these bright, these like plum purple leaves begin to sprout out of the trees. She kind of looks up, and you can see that all of the trees in the area begin to do the same. And she says, "This will probably take a few hours. There's a lot. Best we get started." And Geldeban will just, from there, begins hobbling around and taking you to different places over the course of 3 or 4 hours. And eventually, all of the areas here, they begin to have the same effect. They begin to sprout these deep purple leaves covered in this deep purple moss fringed with yellow. Until eventually there is this smell that permeates the forest around Highland Pass. And you can see that there is this, it's almost like lavender that begins to flow through the area. And as soon as you finish, Geldevan kind of smiles and looks around. You know, I never thought to All right, I'm gonna just put you guys are getting very cyclical in the chat. What happened happened. We're moving on now. Okay? All right. She just kind of looks around. I never thought to use it for this purpose. She kind of looks towards you, Grok. Thank you, Grok. As you can see, some of the purple leaves, slowly, some of them just kind of from a bit of wind that's passing by, knocking into the trees, some of the leaves fall off and get caught up by the wind and swirl around all of you, and then float off down the mountain, lower, headed towards Isinalor. She just smiles. Looking out at what all of you convinced her that she could do. She did good, and all of you can tell, even those of you who are more skeptical, it has had an effect on her. And it seems very positive. And in that moment, you can see a lot of regret on her face. A lot of pain. But also a smile. She was actually able to do some good. At least once. And on that note, with all of you beginning to head back to Highland Pass to get some sleep, get some rest, that is where we are going to go ahead and end tonight's session. Ooh, good job. Good job, everybody. Good job. You did it. You saved Highland Pass.
Yeah.
And you are, well, now able to, well, see what happens next.
So descriptive, yeah.
But yeah, so I think that it was a wonderful session. It was a lot of fun, and you know, this is a valuable lesson in remembering what you give your players, even if it was 15 sessions ago, because they just kind of sit on that stuff, and then
the bomb.
the bomb and the arrows, of monstrosity. I just forgot about both those
I
things.
remember when Twig got those. I think she got them well back at like even like the 0.
No, it was
I
during
think she had them at Raven Rock.
No.
She bought other ones. She bought ones, but like those, I think she got ages ago.
Those were from when you guys met the Captain Harvester and all of his stuff on the island there that you explored with Leah. Yeah, you found those from that group of people, the 4 Horsemen. So yeah, wild stuff.
Been sitting on those.
Yeah, I've been sitting on those and the fucking keg of gunpowder. Grok, great idea. Because delaying her from being able to advance down the cave a bit more, that was that's what it was.
Hell yeah.
Because the thing is she had an attack where like she was waiting to get all of you in a line, because as soon as she got that diagonal line, it was pretty much like erupting earth, where it was just like molten rock just erupting from the ground in like a 40-foot line. And it was that was a high damage spell, but
bad times.
Yeah, bad times indeed. But you guys were able to kill her before it went off. It was going to be that next turn. Like, if she would have moved 10 more feet, she could have got it off. But nope.
Yeah, because we were all kind of like lined up in that little tiny corner.
Yeah, you guys were all in the choke point. So yeah. Oh man. Well. Okay. So yeah, all of you. Oh, you succeeded. Highland Pass is saved, and now you get to look forward to. Well, all things considered, you guys are probably going to be getting a letter from Captain Reinhardt in a week or so.
My boy.
From what happened in Highland Pass. And that also means 2 things. For one, next session will be dedicated to, after about a week of downtime in Highland Pass, dedicated to a festival. It'll actually be the Harvest End Festival. Sort of celebrating the victory here and celebrating all of you. For what you did, as it wouldn't have been possible without you. And then also, I guess 3 things technically. There will be 3 months of downtime.
Well, that's a long time. Shit.
Yes, 3 months of downtime as, well, there's not really a whole lot you can do because all cult activity, after the King in the Swamp is dealt with, and all of the other cult activity in Tarkir, you're gonna find out that wasn't a good day for House Markle. Didn't exactly go as planned. Wasn't solely thanks to you, but you did play a part in it, so good job. So that means at the end of those 3 months of downtime, so think about what you want to do during those 3 months of downtime, because at the end of those 3 months of downtime, I welcome all of you to level 6. Congratulations.
Hey.
You did it.
After next session, right?
Proud of you. Well, after probably the next 2 sessions, because we're going to have next session as the festival. You guys are going to have some time to relax, unwind, talk about some things. And then the next session will be the sort of downtime session where we go through what you're doing over those 3 months. And then at the end of that session, you'll advance to level 6. But just to let you know, it's on the horizon. All right. There we go. So don't level up yet, because might be more stuff that's happening. So thank you all so much for watching. Good stuff. Hope you enjoyed. I know I did. Tune in next week for some fun festival activities. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.
There's not a greasy pig that we could catch.